You-
Welcome back to round six and the final round of the Invitational tournaments. Great to be back after a short break that was sponsored by the cookies.
Yes, Open Door Bakery.
We have tried it, guys, and I gotta tell you, I don't eat many cookies, but that cookie I had was amazing.
They were very good.
Open Door Bakery.
I actually didn't have a chocolate chip cookie. I had one of the ginger snaps, because I quite like ginger. I am a big. Now I realize ginger has another meaning and feel like I should be careful how I say this. When it comes
Okay,
to food, uh, the the little spicy ginger,
ginger.
it's good.
I see. All right, all right. I I loved I love the cookie. I had a chocolate chip and caramel one, salted caramel.
Did look
It,
quite
it
delicious.
was delicious. There are two left there. Um, I'm willing to give up one, but I'm gonna take one more of those. So there's three left. And if you're here, Open Door Bakery, it's really delicious. Like soft cookies, the way you want them to be, not hard. I
Yes.
like the soft ones because it's just chewy and perfect. Going into this, we will go to see your boy Andrew Jing, but first, we wanted to kind of make this announcement that in the herring, Jan is seems to be on her way to win this. And last time we left off, she was playing f5, and it seemed like she was gonna get some attack, and then her opponent answered with f6, which has weakened the position a lot, and also seems to have dropped a pawn. And now the players have reached this position, and we believe this game might not last much longer, right?
Yeah, it's maybe some small hope. I think Esther at this point, the dream scenario is trying to get into a rook end game where she can try and hold a draw. But yes, it is definitely in Jan's court. The extra pawn, the better position, the queen and rooks are looking very good, and definitely expecting right now for Jan to take this game. You're committing. I'm hesitating to commit because we have seen some very topsy turvy games,
We
but
have indeed, but um,
yes,
I have the
definitely.
feeling, yeah, she seems to be doing really well in this position. Extra pawn, her pawns are well protected. Black is struggling with the back rank weakness, and um, you know, if then a8 rook will be traded, then a7 will hang, and then it just seems very difficult for black to defend this position. But of course, anything can happen. We're not calling it yet. We just have a big belief that this game could finish in Riang's favor. But we'll be back to this game, and let's go to the Andrew Jing against Aiden Liu game, which we talked about before we went on a break, and neither Kaden nor I had an idea on how Black was going to progress. I mean, we came up with some ideas, but they seem to be easily stopped by White. So Black is the one who has to try to push for a win because he's one half a point, just
Yeah, half a
just
point.
half a
Yeah.
point behind Andrew, and then we care about what's happening on board too as well. Vijay against John Abraham. John Abraham is the one with 4.5 points out of 5. So you know this result may be impacted by the other board as well. So we really have to stay to keep a close eye on both positions.
Yeah, and from when we were looking at it before, I kind of stand by the feeling before where it feels like it's very difficult for either side to break through. Now, with that said, I think both sides are going to look for their chance. Andrew look for a breakthrough on the king side at some point, maybe even actually f3 right now. Oh no, f3 right now doesn't work, which may be the part of the idea behind queen b6 because now wait, does this work? Yes. Yeah, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and if you take the queen, you end up down the exchange, and if you take the rook, you end up down a rook and a bishop for queen.
And you
So,
lose b3 too, so.
yeah, and yeah, and a couple of pawns. So, I I I feel like there's gonna continue to be some maneuvers where Andrew is still looking for the opportune moment to get f3 g4 in and break through that way, and Aiden looking for the opportune moment to play c5 or bishop takes e5. Uh,
Or simply maybe bring that bishop to maybe a3 b2 and put additional pressure. Just an idea, or that way for sure. But white has played bishop to f3 in this position, and what do we feel about that move exactly?
I
Well, we know c5 is not possible right now. I think that's, maybe he just plans on staying and just repeating the position.
Yeah, I going off of time spending, I do feel like Aiden is so far seems to be more concerned with trying to find a plan. Andrew has just been moving a bit back and forth, keeping calm, playing quickly. Uh, maybe trying to put that pressure on Aiden. Maybe Andrew does feel like, hey, look, I have the half a point extra. If it really comes down to it, give me the draw, and I'll take my chances and whatever happens in the other game. But you're the one that absolutely needs to push for a win. So let me put that on you. You have to try and make the breakthrough. You have to go for or take some risks you
Mm-hmm.
likely wouldn't in a different tournament situation. So that does feel like the situation to me. Andrew is kind of happy just sitting around for a bit and putting the pressure on Aiden to break through. And is it there? Some ideas, but not so clear.
It's not clear at all how to proceed here. Is very interesting. Let's see the next board as well. How is VJ doing against John Abraham? Because we did like White's position here, right? We felt that White is a little bit ahead in his play on the king side. And I still feel that way. And White is doing the right thing by trading knights. Then we'll stay with the bishop pair. The bishop in f4 will not be. I love that idea that he probably played knight f1, g3, h5.
Yeah.
It's much better than placing it in f3. I mean, I thought maybe he will go for the e5 square, but this, I'm loving this more because without the knight, White will have the opportunity to attack h7 and g7 and kind of try to do the best that they can to weaken Black's king and press for a win.
No, I agree. I like this maneuver, and I mean, just looking at these last several moves, it does feel like VJ is making a lot better progress than John Abraham is. You see Queen B6, King H8, and then this queen goes A5 and then back to D8. John maybe struggling a little bit to find exactly what plan he wants to go with. That feels the king comes back to g8. That some time has been wasted, and VJ has by all means taken advantage of it.
Hmm. Yeah, I like White in this position.
Yeah. So I would be interested to know how much the two players on the top
Are
board are
looking.
watching. Yes,
Yeah,
because no matter how hard you try to
try
stay
not to.
focused on your game, it is very difficult to not at least glance and evaluate a little bit. Uh,
And talking about their age, they're 10. So John Abraham is the youngest one. He's only 10 years old. Not only, because the other ones are 11, so he's the youngest. So Andrew Jing is 11 and Aiden um, and VJ are 11 as well. So at that age, I'm trying to remember the times that I was that young and how I felt psychologically if I was looking at other boards. And I remember that I was looking at other boards too. No matter how much I was told that no, you have to focus on your game only. It's just hard at that age, but maybe these kids are doing better a better job than I did when I
Yeah,
was a
I
kid.
know. It's a tough situation. I've had times where it's not been good that I've kept an eye, but I do remember one particular instance when I was playing at the Nationals and I had lost a couple of games, and so I was pretty much out of the running for first place, but still vying for one of those top prizes. But I ended up playing someone that had a half point more than me and actually did have a chance to tie for first in the last round. And my opponent that entire game was just walk back and forth between the top board and our game and back and forth. And in all honesty, I was not playing my best chess. My opponent had a better position, was looking good, but I do think my opponent got a bit distracted because in one moment I started taking over, and suddenly you could see my opponent get a bit worried and start to think, okay, maybe I should just try and get a draw now because things have gone terribly wrong. So I think you maybe keep a little eye, but I do think you want to be careful about looking at another game too much, getting too involved in it
Mm-hmm.
because it does take some thought, some brain power away from your own game and messes with your emotions a little bit. And sometimes just sitting there focusing on your own game can be a much better path to playing good chess.
No, I agree, and I remember the year that I won the U.S. Championship, Women's Championship. I was playing with the black pieces and I had to win. And there was another someone else who was playing for the title as well, and she's my friend. Nazi Paikidze was playing against Jennifer Yu. At the time, Jennifer wasn't as strong as she is now. Well, she was up and coming, still pretty
Yeah.
strong, but Nazi had the white pieces and I had the black pieces, having to win against someone who was close to my rating, and I didn't look at that game at all. I was really good. I didn't, and I've seen Nazi come and watch my game. I never asked her like, I'm your friend. Like, I'm supposedly your friend. Did you come and were praying that I lose or something? Like, I never asked her if she did that or not. I would never ask that. I mean, because it's weird. Like, if someone would ask me, I don't know what I would say, because I probably would say, yeah, I
Right.
was thinking about myself, but I don't know. But I did not. I did not look at that game. I tried not to consider that that was there because I think it can affect you. You want to try to play the best chess that you can and let faith just kind of play through. And then after I finished my game, obviously I was looking to see whether I would win the championship or I had to play against Nazi for the title because there's a playoff for a championship. You cannot be co-champions. But I had no idea what they played. I just knew that they were playing and I knew I had my game, and it really helped just
Yeah.
being able to just not. I stayed on my board the entire time, and it worked great. It
Yeah,
worked
and
great for me, but I don't know if as a kid I could do the same.
no, I
I
mean,
don't remember doing the same at the time.
as you're saying that, I think the big danger in keeping an eye on someone else's game is you suddenly go back and forth on maybe playing for a draw or do I need to push for a win, and you you have that inner battle when in all reality, yes, you are going to have some times in a tournament situation you maybe do play it a bit safer and sometimes you play a bit more aggressive. But if you are in the middle of a game and you're going back and forth like, hey, should I play for draw? Hey, should I play for one? Hey, should I play for draw? Hey, should I play? That's just a messy state of mind to
Yeah.
be in.
Imagine when you play in a team competition, when you play in an Olympiad, or when you play in a World Team Championship. There's a lot of pressure there too, and I was told a few times that I was kind of supposedly the unstable player. They weren't sure what they would get from me one time. I had 1 year that was really good, 1 2 years that were good, but other than that, I was kind of there in between. And my our coach and captain. Melik, as you mentioned his name, Grandmaster Melik Hachan. He would be like, Sabina, you're giving me a heartache. What did you do? Why did you do that? Of course, after the game, but it's just like, because it's tricky because I also feel the pressure because I'm playing for the team, but chess is, you still play your board and it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, that is one I've actually thought about, and I haven't had the opportunity to talk to any of the players, but with all these players switching over to the US,
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like sometimes, well, not even with the US, but with some of these other like powerhouse teams in at the Olympiad, you do have this, okay, best is draw, right? Like best is like draw good, losing really bad, and playing on that team. Just the psychological balance of all that, I
Yeah.
think,
And
is a big
rivalry
challenge.
too. There's some rivalry going on in teams
Ah,
as well.
yeah.
So that's that you are getting ready. I'm not sharing any of that on stream, but there's
Exclusive, exclusive. Let's
no, no,
get
no.
all the dirty details.
No, no, no. But there is definitely some rivalry at times. But I think when you play in a team, you need to kind of put that aside. You really need to work on putting that aside to make sure that the team is the most important. In this case, the players are not really probably thinking about the team as much here, but I think that they definitely are thinking about, hopefully, are thinking about playing a good game. I was going to suggest you to go back to our Irwin
I was thinking the
champions and championship and go to the top board. Jesse Craig and Enrico Sevillano. What are your thoughts in this position? Because we kind of looked at the position earlier
yeah.
and we weren't happy with Black's choice of going for the modern, but
Yeah, no, it's one of those. I don't love the modern, but it's when you when you have to play for a win as black, what is a good opening,
right.
right? Although I do have to say I feel like things have gone well for Jesse. Um, Normally I mean I'm no expert on these positions, but I do find, like, me personally playing against a setup like this, what annoys me the most is when my opponent holds down the fort,
Mm-hmm.
keeps that pawn on d6, keeps that pawn on e5, and sort of says, hey, if you take on e5, I'm happy with that pawn structure. If you push on d5, I'm happy with that pawn structure. What I like is when they do play this e takes d4, just opening up my pieces a little bit, giving me this sort of clear target on d6. Now, this absolutely can be a fine thing in a lot of positions, but here,
But I'm actually surprised that, well, it makes a lot of sense to capture with the knight, but typically when you play c3, you capture with the pawn. So I like actually his approach of capturing with the knight because he keeps the file open, as you said, and then that d6 pawn is going to be weak, kind of reminiscent of the Dutch, uh, some Dutch lines where you go e5 and then the d6 pawn remains weak.
yeah.
White pushes d5 and then takes in c6 or something like that in some situations, or takes in e6, sorry, pushes d5 when you go e5, takes some passant, and then d6 remains weak. And yeah, that's it's kind of interesting to see. Will there be the final standings for everyone after everyone is done with their rounds? Of course, there will be a standing. We don't know how fast the chief arbiter is going to post it, We certainly will try to stay live as much as possible,
Yeah.
so that we get to see the standings. The closing ceremony will actually take place at 4:30 p.m. today. And if you're here, it's going to be in the Ambassador Ballroom. Um, but it will be at 4:30 p.m. The rounds are supposed to end around 2, maybe 3 today. So I do not know when those standings will be posted, but they will certainly be posted on the website. And I'm going to share the link with you guys so you can check out um, the all the standings for all the tournaments. And for those of you who are interested in the US Open, if you're trying to figure out who is playing where and what, check out the US Open traditional schedule. And that's where you're going to be able to see um, for the traditional. And then 6 day is going to be posted later tonight or tomorrow, because the 6 day schedule does start tonight at 7 p.m.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, so that will be good. Just if you want to see those final standings, they've been really fast. Credit where credit's due. We did have Chris Bird come in the other day, and grab a cookie, which is great. But they've all been doing an amazing job, and I have noticed those standings and pairings have been up pretty quickly. Which I mean, again, as I've gotten more into understanding what tournament directors go through, very impressive to me. They're working hard, and I would expect that those standings will be up fairly quickly once the games are done. So
But also keep in mind, following up to what Kaden said, keep in mind that we see the live boards, but there are other boards that are not broadcasted
correct.
live, so we don't have access to them. We can of course go in the playing area and see them ourselves, but we cannot take the setup and we cannot comment while we are there, of course. So while we see a lot of the games potentially finishing here, starting to finish up, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the games in the event have finished. So, but I think once that they start being uploaded, so you'll be able to see them on that link that I posted. So feel free to scroll through the different tournaments.
Yeah, well, I think most, if not, the majority, the large majority of chess players are very happy that chess is getting more attention and the commentary and all these things. They still like their peace and quiet while they're playing. They don't want
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
hovering over them. But yeah, it actually we have noticed as we've finished with commentary a few times. We've gone out there, uh, and there's still been 2, 3 games going on.
Yes, yes, and that's it's a tough tournament. So
Yeah, no, we have the 20 boards, so that's what we focus on, but make no mistake, there's still a lot of strong players here that may not even be on one of the top boards most of the time. So, still a lot of very hard-fought games, and
we're really excited to call the action, I think.
yes.
Particularly because we get cookies, otherwise we wouldn't be. It's the cookies. It's the
That's how
cookies
that's
that
how they keep us
they keep
happy.
us. Yeah, yeah. It's the cookie. It's become the cookie stream. Chess and cookie. So
Chess and cookie. No,
cookie.
I what?
Wait, what? Doesn't he give up the pawn?
Yes. Yes. He played knight d7 quickly.
I don't know. I believe Grandmaster Enrico Sevillano is tricky, so he could have something up his sleeves. Not sure what at the moment, but I feel some queen b6. I wouldn't treat. Oh, you want to treat?
No, I don't.
Yeah, me
You're
neither.
right.
But the queen can come back to
But
d2, and I'm not really seeing,
yeah,
not
I
really seeing
keep
the. Try to keep,
four.
yeah, knight there maybe, queen c2, and then maybe try bishop e6, bishop e3. Ooh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
So he can potentially create some kind of counterplay for himself, which would be nice to see. Not that I'm taking sides here, but I want to see a hard fought game, um, because because I know Enrico has started the tournament with a tough loss, and you know, seeing him come back is nice, and having a second shot to, you know, kind of maintaining the lead in the competition would be nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I don't know what's the result between these two players. I don't know um, what exactly they ended up doing when they played against each other, if they did play against each other, but maybe I can check
I
that.
I I I do have to imagine they've played quite a bit because Jesse used to live in California. I thought Enrico Seviano was, if not in California, at least over there on the west side. At least when I first saw them, they they seem to be in some of the same tournaments. So
Yes, I have seen Jesse play there a lot, so I'm gonna search right now and see if there was any. Oh, let's see. Let's see if they had any games that they played. Ooh, okay. I found a few. I found three draws when Sevillano had the white pieces. Three draws, okay, but like one was really fast, but then two hard fought ones for sure. 40 moves, over 40 moves, okay. And let's see if Jesse had any games against Enrico when he had the white pieces. Three games, and their result. Oh no
mm,
no, yeah yeah. Three games, all even result. Another draw, but then once so Enrico won and once Jesse won. So
mm.
looks like they're on a 3-3
That's
even
good.
score.
Yeah, this could break the current tie.
Could break it. I mean, it's possible they have other games. I have not updated my database the past few months, but I don't think they played against each other. But yeah, this is gonna be exciting to see this what's gonna happen in this game.
Yeah, it does feel like Jesse is for choice currently, but Enrico has some tricks up his sleeve. This knight d7 move has actually grown on me quite a bit as we've been looking at this position. So, um, thinking through this different sections, feel like the one we haven't checked on in a bit
The
is
guys,
uh
Brewington.
the Brewington game.
Black's position feels more comfortable at the moment than it did before, and he has gained the bishop pair.
Yeah, so Eric went for this b3 bishop b2 idea, did take on c6, and is starting to maneuver the knights.
And he's probably trying to eventually find the right time to push e4, if there's a right time. Maybe he wants knight c4 instead.
Yeah, I e4, knight c4, knight to e4.
There are a lot of ideas for white for sure, but black also has the breakthroughs with either c5 or e5. I'd probably go more for e5. I'm leaning for that move just to try to get the not to get my queen on the same file as white's rook. I don't know about playing it directly because if white captures, how do you recapture? If you recapture with the queen, we may have some no discoveries that are unpleasant other than knight a5, a4.
Yeah, knight a4, queen a5.
Trade the bishop in g7 first. Trades, takes in b6, queen takes, knight c4.
Yeah, this does feel better for white. If you take this way, this doesn't. I don't feel much better about this.
Knight
Like a knight,
c4.
yeah, knight c4 just
No,
looks
now
bad.
now I
Looks
look,
really
yeah,
bad.
because I take an e5 and knight d5, and I will feel ready to roll there. Knight
You
d5.
did play knight d5.
So in case of a capture, obviously he's thinking of capturing with the pawn and going into a symmetrical position, but black has the bishop here. It cannot be wrong. Couldn't be too bad.
Yeah, yeah. I was reading casual players. Sometimes I don't get to the chat right away, but I feel like we generally cover.
Yeah, yeah, we usually cover what it is. If it's something
glad
big.
glad we're on the same page
Yeah, yeah,
here.
he did mention e5 after. I don't know, I didn't see when he wrote it after we had it already on the board, or I didn't read it when he wrote it, but um
I I I
I
have to.
see some changes in the Andrew Jing game against
Oh,
Aiden,
okay.
like huge change, and Andrew has way more time, and by way I mean an hour extra,
It's a
an
little bit.
extra hour on
Yeah.
the clock, and he got to play the f4 move that you mentioned.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, we'll have to come back to this game. I don't love the fact that Brewington doesn't appear to be getting these breakthroughs. Doesn't appear to be getting e5. Doesn't appear to be getting c5. Of course, we always like the bishops, but here that does. I don't know. Uh,
and last question before we go to the next game. A casual player is wondering if knight a4 could be an option for white. I'm not so sure what you want to do against knight b4. I think because if we get the knight in b4, we might have knight d3 ideas. We've seen that annoying knight in d3 in that Arthur Gua game against, well, Gus is the one who has the white pieces. So I have the feeling this position is good, but
yeah, it's you have so many so many different knight moves to figure out which one's best, and then e4 somewhere there. I kind of liking knight e4 just to get that little extra tempo because uh I mean, you also want to open up this bishop somewhere. I'm considering like a knight g3 back to actually prepare e4. Also some ideas of knight c5. I I don't think either side has any sort of big advantage. I do lean towards white, but both sides still feel fairly solid, with each having some little ideas here and there that the other has to watch out for. This Andrew Jing Aiden Liu game 4. Okay. So I was definitely of the opinion when we were last looking at this that Andrew seemed happy with the draw and was waiting for Aiden to push. Uh oh, was F4 just a necessity?
no. I thought he pushed it because he wanted to try to
I
play
I
for a
I
win, but
figured the same.
maybe not. Maybe he was comfortable with the draw, but now he's kind of enforced.
Yeah, because you can play Queen F3, which keeps you from taking right away with F7, but
But
then the
can just go
king,
back.
yeah, king just goes back, and suddenly you have no way to protect that pawn anymore. So F4 was not Andrew playing for a win as much as just trying to hold down the fort. So I we're now back to the same position. But I feel like my perspective has changed where I thought for a brief moment Andrew might be trying to push for a win, but now it still feels like Aiden is the one pushing and Andrew happily moving his queen back and forth.
Yeah,
Although,
Andrew seems to be comfortable to make a draw in this game. I mean,
yeah, I'm wondering, like, even back here.
I'm wondering about a 5 as an option for white right now.
Yeah, okay. See, I
So,
was thinking G4, but now you
uh,
mention F5. I'm starting to like these breakthroughs.
I'm just not sure
Where
if he's
does it?
playing for a win or not, but if we play a 5 idea, you take it with the e pawn and then e6, and we can create something if we're trying to play for a win, but also, of course, it can be double-edged as of course. Could be just a little bit of an overpressing. It depends where black's queen is. If black's queen wasn't there, we could certainly have capturing f7, queen g5 coming in with tempo, and then getting our pawn back. But the rook is protected, so I think black manages to protect g6 with king h7, and then we might not have as much.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to repeat the position.
Queen E4. Okay, this is just. I am a little surprised, and I mean, you have an extra hour. You have an extra hour. Uh, of this.
Yeah, I think he's just letting his opponent burn his time, and at some point he will consider whether that's a good move. Or he might be considering already now and just kind of letting black burn more of their time so that they play these openings whenever, with black having very little time.
These.
Oh, you guys don't know Andrew. Okay. He's taken an hour for the whole tournament. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know why the name sounds so familiar. I wonder if I played him. Now I feel like I should check my database because like if I played him and I lost, that would be a pain to announce on stream, but okay.
No, no. If you played him and lost,
Yeah, I
then you
just
never played him.
oh, I did. I did. No, I won.
Oh, okay.
Whew. Okay.
You did play him. Nice,
Oh,
nice.
I know this kid. Oh, I know who he is. Now I know who he is. Oh my god, I just had
It's
this.
all flooding back.
Okay. Okay, now that I saw that I played him, because the name sounds like it's just like they're so I don't know, I don't want to sound like rude in any way. I just there are a lot of kids who are doing really well these days, and they are of their background is Asian, and I sometimes get the names mixed up, and I apologize about it. I'm sure, you know, maybe other people do it too, but I apologize in advance again. So, yes, I played him in the last round of the Northern Virginia Open. We were both on 3.5 out of 4 because I drew against Ronan the previous round. I was totally
Oh
winning. I
yeah.
messed up. It was just one move. I couldn't. And then I drew against Ronan Wilson, who's playing in the Barber,
Uh-huh.
and I was playing this kid who's very tiny, right? So like he's a kid, right? And very nice and everything, and he was playing so fast. And I played some. I closed the game because I don't want to embarrass myself. Even if people don't see it, it's still embarrassing. I played some kind of modern, okay? And he was playing so fast. The only reason I won is because he blundered tactically at some point. So I had very little time. He blundered a kind of a cute pattern with the fork in the end, and that is how I won, and I won the tournament. Otherwise, but the game was totally lost. The whole game was totally lost. So now I know who he is. And he was playing so fast, I couldn't come up with moves. And he was playing good too. It's not like he was making bad moves. He was just playing good moves, and I was like, oh, did I? Because his rating was low. He was like, 2000 something USCF, and his FIDE was lower than that. And I was like, oh, okay, he should not be very strong, but yeah. And I saw him 2 days before I had to play against him, totally crushing at this FIDE master and with some
There you
attack.
go.
Now I know who he is. Wow.
Uh,
Oh,
so
okay.
actually,
Oh,
I actually don't I don't know how I feel. How do I feel about how do we feel about this last move, Queen D2? Isn't Bishop C5 possible?
oh my God! I cannot believe now I know who he is. Ah, I saved my game against him. I'm sure in a few years it's gonna be a Wonderliang all over again. You know, like I'll have no chance. But oh wow,
I think this.
okay. These kids are way underrated and are the dark horses. They are indeed. They are indeed. Like you see them tiny and sweet and everything, and you're like, oh, how much can this kid know? Oh yeah, they can know a lot, and they really study their thing. Sorry, I got just way overexcited about figuring out you putting a name to the face. Because sometimes I see all these players, and we're doing commentary, and I haven't seen them in real life. Some of them. So it's just hard for me to remember name unless I have a face attached to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense or
No,
not,
no,
but
I I once played someone in a tournament. Then in the Blitz,
mm-hmm.
I was looking at this pairing and I kept thinking to myself, why does this look so familiar? Why does this look so familiar? Like I know this person. Show up and it was the same guy that I had played in the classical tournament. So
Oh, okay.
the whole name sometimes,
Yeah. It's sometimes it's tough.
yeah.
It's just full of thing. You were beating a lot of, you're familiar with this because you're beating a lot of um older and more experienced players when you were a kid. When you were a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
we were
it
all
was
there, Chessful. We were all there. Um,
so there was this brief moment where Aiden could have played Bishop C5, but I don't think this amounts to anything. Because here, okay, White would have to take, and then after take on B6, and Rook takes, and it's probably gonna end in some draw with pawns getting traded. Rook D7, take. I don't know.
no, what's no? Oh,
Uh,
C5 maybe? Hmm, no chance.
yeah, to Bishop
Yeah.
C. I thought Bishop C5 may have been a really smart tactic, but just trades everything.
Yeah, always joking about my rook and game skills.
You have all the names.
I got the names. I got the
You're
names.
ready. You
I know I love
you
end
seem to know
games.
your end
He
games
knows.
really well.
He knows I love my end games. If I could just play a game, just end games, I would play chess every day, 24/7. I wouldn't stop if I could just get end games.
No, no. See, I no,
No,
I like end games, but have you ever played someone online that like very intentionally always tries to trade queens? Like always does try to go for end games?
no, I
That's really annoying. Like
okay.
I love end games, but if someone like is always trying to go for end games,
But how do you know they're always there? You must have played them like quite a lot of
yeah,
times to be
we
able
play
to.
them like I don't know, 6 games,
Mm-hmm.
online, and that's
Just trade. I see.
it is very like some people are very intentional with it.
Ask Aiden about the Rook Endgame lecture he loved the most.
I feel like this is a reference to something, but
He doesn't remember. You gotta be more specific.
oh no, I know which one. No, I
Okay.
know which one he's talking about.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, see, I know.
Okay. Okay.
I want it noted. I don't know what the small delay is, but I want it noted. I did figure it out before you said. No, so yeah.
Back to the game. Back to the game. All right. All right, back to the game. No, no more mixed signals,
No, no, no.
secret stories
Secret stories.
that cannot be shared
Uh,
online.
yeah,
But
it's
did you
probably better this
know?
way.
You're too focused on the game. Too bad.
Wait. But see, things every time it seems like this calmed down and we're done with this game. What is happening after Rook takes D4?
Because the king is in G7.
Because the king is on G7.
This is what I was saying. So tactically, he's blunder because I thought he was really talented. Okay, take.
Like either way, we're getting a queen for two rooks, right? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, I think I think you should go for this if you're Aiden.
Mm-mm.
No?
No. Rook C8?
Rooksy, you're gonna try and mate me?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to
Yeah.
try.
Definitely. You can play bishop d4. You're really lucky you got a bishop d4.
Oh yeah, bishop D4.
Yeah,
That's right.
of course you
I
thought
forgot
that.
about it. I
You
forgot
thought
about
that
it.
move. It was total plan. Okay, I play rook d7 actually. I don't play rook c8.
This.
I was gonna go for the same thing, bishop takes g6, but I think he escapes for f5. Okay, let's see. Taking g6, rook g8, king h7, rook f8, rook 8, f7. It's the only way, right?
Freedom.
Yeah. Okay, I can't let you. Yeah, the rook d7 doesn't work. Let's go back a little bit. Could I attempt bishop takes g6 first? Probably not, because king takes and you escape through
Yeah.
f5. What about... So, no. I want to make that move. I want to go for it. And then I want to try G. It's not good because you're taking f4. Wait. Takes an h5. Oh, king f5 again. Okay. So, fine. So bishop takes g6 doesn't work.
Look, I'm not saying I think this is winning for black.
But you are saying there's a choice. Like, finally, there's a chance.
Yeah, finally, like practically speaking, if you're in Aiden's shoes and you need to play for a win, this sort of looks like a missed opportunity. Like at least it kind of opens up the game to more decisive results, unless something's being missed. Now it doesn't look like he
Can you
went for
go?
this,
Oh,
but
yeah, go back to that position. So, where were we?
this was where I was suggesting rook takes d4.
Wait. So, rook takes d4, bishop c5. I have a5. I don't know how much it helps me. Right? Can I play a5? You have to go queen e7, right? Otherwise, I go queen c3. Why are you thinking? There's not.
Okay, well, I mean, if I take, you know, it's not queen
Oh,
c3, but
oh,
yeah, I
okay.
mean, it's bad. It's bad.
Is it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it wouldn't have been.
I thought b4 would be an issue there.
No, if you took, I think then I would take your rook because your queen is not coming the same way. Maybe it does. Yeah, because you don't have bishop d4 idea when I go rook c8. Ah, but you have bishop b6, however. Maybe queen takes was a good choice too. There's a question for us. In your travel, what was one of the best locations for over the board tournaments? Do you have a favorite place?
I'm gonna
Cheat.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
Oh, It says A5. Oh, I feel so
A5
good.
and
But after
F5.
that, okay.
Okay, but
I didn't see F5.
yeah, rook takes
No one says an equal, but
rook 8 d7.
oh, there's probably something with F5 then. Oh, if you take an F4, is there a rook
The rook
F1?
f1 is the
Wow.
idea. I mean I turned the computer on because I was feeling confident that it's not necessarily winning for black, but just practically, it does look like it would open up some opportunities. Does seem to be the case. Um, okay, if white finds a5 f5, maybe can force repetition, but oh, we do have f5 on the board. Oh, because bishop c5 was finally played.
Oh, so he first went queen a7 just to avoid some capture with tempo. And
Yes.
he played for that idea. All right. Alley Valley Views. Just so you know, we are loving it here. We think this is a really nice location to play chess. The weather is also perfect, and the downtown of Grand Rapids here in Michigan is really, really nice. There's a lot of it's not crowded. There's the way the boards are set up and the board like that's important, you know. Sometimes some tournaments have board next to each other and it just feels very unpleasant, but like the way the boards are set up I think is really nice, and I love the location. I think it has a lot of really good food options, healthy, and some fast food options as well if you prefer eating that, although we personally don't recommend that other than cookies. We're all for cookies apparently these days because we just got these awesome open door bakery cookies, which is yeah, as we already mentioned, it's a company that employs and empowers women, and also 100% of the purchase offers a warm place for women in their overnight shelter, which is, I think, amazing. How many companies do that? I don't know. And this is a part of the Dégagé Ministries. We've received these cookies and we thought they're amazing. So now I can't even think about playing a tournament not having a cookie. I'm definitely gonna have a cookie. That's we're gonna. I don't know how we need to be sponsored by some cookie company that no, not sponsored, but we will support. I will support a company myself, I think.
Yes.
But anyways, the location is really good. I'm not playing here, so obviously maybe there are some things that are not so running well, but I do want once again, both Kanan and I want to thank all the staff that is putting together the event, helping with the organization, staying at the um, chess control, running the tournament, running the DGTs, our producer, everyone is doing something that helps run this event as smoothly as possible. I think so far it's been amazing, and we're really thankful for that. And what else can I add to that, Kaden?
No,
Um,
I
Oh,
think
there's
you
also
said it very.
USCF sales. The bookstore is open. The bookstore has opened an hour
Yes.
and a half ago. If you guys are wondering where that is, it's on the lower floor of the of the hotel
The Way Grand.
Amway Grand Hotel. Amway, yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's so nice. We haven't seen the store yet because when we went there it was closed, but it opened at 11. Hopefully you're gonna go there if there's something you're missing or if you're searching for something in particular. Definitely go check them out. Um, and if not, you can check out the website if you're not on location. What else?
Yeah. I,
We haven't checked the logo shirts and everything, but there is a stand in the Skittles room. There's a Skittles room, ginormous Skittles room.
very.
After you finish your
You
games,
get
go
lost in that
there.
Skittles room.
Yeah, go there, check out some of the stands that are there, and analyze your games. Make sure you go over them if you're playing, and get yourself a t-shirt with the logo of the tournament.
Yes.
It really feels nice. I really love the downtown. It just seems like so like a European style, and it has like a love sign thing. Only a woman would tell you that, but um, like in Philly, they have the love. How do you call that? Did you see it?
Yeah, it's yeah,
Like a
like a
statue
statue. Yeah.
statue stand, and it's blue here, so if you're gonna collect your love statue pictures, it's like 2 minutes away. You just get out of the hotel, walk a few, like a couple of blocks, not even, maybe one block, and it's right there. And the weather is perfect.
Yes.
It's really perfect for some walk and clear your head and just go play a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there was a question earlier. What are some of the best
Yes.
locations for over the board tournaments? To be
No,
honest,
not four that you have played
oh,
in.
that I have played.
Yes, that was the question.
Ah, to be
Because
honest,
like I could ask,
I'm
I
not.
could answer the best one where I have played. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry to
No,
cut you off there.
to be honest, as long as a place has food within walking distance, I'm generally pretty happy.
Oh,
That's
you're not requesting much. Okay.
no, I mean, obviously some places have been better than others, but uh, that is the number one thing. Because even some of the cooler tournaments I played, like when I played in the World Youth Chess Championships at Greece, all we had to eat was what was served at the hotel, which wasn't bad. But if you're there for a couple of weeks, you know
But it's like, so it was Swedish buffet, wasn't it?
what?
Swedish buffet. That's how we call it, Europeans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we just call it a buffet.
Yeah,
We
sure.
just, I
Buffet.
mean, we love the Swedish, but why do they get credit for
I don't know. I don't know. That's how we call it. I don't know why we call it that. I should Google it and find out. Maybe it's just me who translates a Romanian saying, but we do call it Swedish buffet.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so some of those places they've been nice, but if you don't have good food to eat throughout, because that really is like you some of those tournaments, you wake up, you prepare, you play. By the time you finish playing, you're tired. You want to go back.
right.
You want to eat food. So yeah, I've played in some really nice locations, but just having good food. With that, I will say that a great balance was when I played in Latvia. There was just some good food. It was a nice area. I walked to the tournament every day. It
Mhm.
wasn't a bad walk, about 10-15 minutes, but just a good amount, and I really enjoyed there. But lots of places I've enjoyed, with the usual comment thread just being good food.
I understand. Um, so you don't have one in particular that is like really,
That really I mean, I always love playing at St. Louis, of course.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's a
Sunrise
bit
is good.
unfair.
It's a bit unfair.
That's a bit unfair, but
Um, I was trying to think what was my favorite. I can't think of a particular one. I really love being in Portugal. That's was really actually Athens. I remember I played a few times in Athens, Greece, and I loved it there. I kind of feel connected a little bit to Greece. My parents met there, so I mean, they met at the Olympiad, so it's just kind of, I always love
yes, and
the going to the Acropolis and the walks that we did as a family is just one of my childhood nice places that I went to. As for tournament, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I can think of one. Of course, St. Louis is always great. But
but it's a bit unfair.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know what would be my favorite place on earth is definitely Portugal, Lisbon.
Yeah,
I want to go back. I only went there once and I
very
loved it.
nice.
The food is amazing. If you love like fish and seafood, shrimp, they had this shrimp. I don't know how they cooked it. I tried so many times and I believe I'm a good cook, but I couldn't reproduce that idea of how they made it melt in your mouth. Like it's
Mm,
so good it was that. So I definitely consider some tournaments there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
well,
Um,
talking about food, let's get back to the games, or
mm.
else I feel like you will get some more cookie
Oh,
thoughts. But
I did move away from this Andrew Aiden game.
it
This
seems
is a
like they're
draw.
headed for a draw. So some potential missed ideas for Aiden. He could have
Wait,
had something. Wait,
why?
wait. How did he lose the pawn though? Didn't he have an extra
Oh,
pawn?
yeah, so he did have the extra
Ah,
pawn,
but
but
he
queens got
could.
traded and he couldn't save it. But I I don't I don't understand
Why he
why he
gave
gave
up
up the
that
G6
pawn?
pawn. I mean, it still should be a draw. And actually quite an is it a little bit just a little bit complicated now. Like you actually have to
No,
be
because
careful.
you can play like maybe try to. No. Oh, okay. Wait, wait. I guess he can try now after bishop takes g6, not to take in g3, but to go like f4 and then try to get his king back in front of the h pawn and just kind of keep the other pawns protect. Oh, well, what about king e2 though? F king e3, fine, fine. I would have played king e3. f3. Yeah, I don't know. King f1, I guess I could play, but I feel
Yeah.
that white's king with those two pawns could actually win the bishop.
Yeah, it's okay, he did take on G3, played King F4. It still definitely should be a draw, but kind of a confusing decision to me to give the pawn.
Thanks for stopping by, casual player. We do really appreciate you being here, and everyone else, of course.
Um so I did want to check back on this game with Gus and Arthur because there have been quite a number of change quite a lot has happened. Um
Did we take a break?
did we?
Oh, maybe we should take a break after we check this game. It was just, or just no, because we're approaching the end, and we need to make sure we keep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, not, yeah, because they started at 10,
Right.
approaching 1.
Oh, you're right. You're right. No, I thought you gave me like a heart attack like of have we been talking this whole time?
And we were on a break.
On a break?
What,
Did,
Sabrina? We're not live. Yes, we're live. Like, yeah,
did I
yeah,
sleepwalk through?
yeah. You slipped.
did,
No, you didn't sleepwalk. No, you didn't walk. You
did
were
we
just
even talk about good places playing
no.
tournaments?
You were just yeah,
Dreaming? I'm in
dreaming,
a cookie coma.
dreaming. Yeah,
Cookie coma.
too much,
Too much.
too much.
My
We're
bad.
keeping this for until the end of the tournament.
Yeah, all that exactly all that food talk, and it's almost lunchtime. And
So he gave up the pawn, another pawn.
yeah, I think
It was hard. We did talk about it during our first break, and we realized that it was a little bit tough to find some kind of ideas for white here. And Gus decided to give up the pawn in order to try to create some more weaknesses for black. And I guess he's trying to kind of play against the bishop in c8 potentially. I think that's a kind of counterplay that he can try to create.
yeah, but here is this a good opportunity to try and fix that bishop on c8 with bishop a6? Because you want to play c3 anyways, but you don't want to hang your knight. So bishop a6, you have to take. Bishop takes, and this bishop's coming back to b5, hitting the knight, threatening some discoveries. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel so sad. I feel so sad about the position. I'm just trying to desperately find some kind of something. I'm trying to find some ideas. I feel for Gus. I feel like he tried to take his chance, but he definitely. What about Queen G4?
Okay, c3.
Bishop A6 is.
We do have officially the result in the Andrew Aiden game. It is a draw.
The players agreed on a draw. Bishop E3. Totally crazy idea. Totally crazy idea. Knight takes C3, go back.
Which one?
A. Bishop.
You want to checkmate me?
Pawn takes. No. Okay. What?
Oh no, you said okay, so now
No,
I feel
no.
like
No,
I'm playing the wrong
I'm
one.
trying to go really, really aggressive, but I've just sacrificed more pieces and I still don't see Queen E6 check. It's just a check. Okay, Queen E6, I have to. Probably H8 you want to go. Oh, but then you're pin. Yeah.
Oops. That at some point.
Yeah. But I mean, how are you gonna? We have a piece down. We went from 2 pawns to a piece, so I don't see. I don't see a serious. I have a piece down.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, um, Bishop C8 might even trap my queen, so that's looking very.
It's looking good for Arthur. Very good. Maybe Gus can come up with some tricks, but two pawns is a lot.
It is. It is a lot. Let's go back to the line where I was playing Bishop E3. I mean, I was being over the top with my sacrifice, which could provide something here. And that pawn in C3 is just very unpleasant to deal with. That's for sure. Okay, and well, I'll take the first pawn. I'm trying to survive. What are they doing with the time? Gus is on 18 minutes. Oh, and Bishop A6 was played. Arthur's 31 minutes. Oh, sorry, that's not where I wanted to go. We weren't paying attention much to that game, but look at Shervesh's game. Shervesh's 1 hour 25 minutes and seems is very close to win his game against A3. He loves that. He loves that A3. Queen G4 was played in the Gus Arthur game.
Okay.
At least one thing, but I don't know how much that move is helpful. We'll have to take a look at the Vijay John Abram game. Jesse Ooh, things have changed in the Jesse game, and I'm liking Enrico's chances too.
Okay. So,
Slightly better pawn structure for black. I don't know if something can be coordinated here. Oh, Mr. John the Fed has won his game.
does win.
He does not have a chance to win the competition. You can go to the blunder, or unless you want to go through the.
I'll go very quickly. Very quickly.
I'm gonna check out some of the other games. Yan is still playing her game. Just giving some updates to you guys.
Oh.
What?
Is it knight takes, which actually I think there's some tricks with bishop d5 trying to provoke bishop d5 take.
What tricks? No tricks.
97.
Yeah. White just went.
Yeah. That's no.
Oh,
he
white
had,
attracts.
yeah.
White
What?
attracts
Yeah.
Oh, I was like.
But
oh.
missed e4 where the queen can't protect both.
Interference.
Yeah.
Important theme in tactics. Highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, and also...
I mean, searching. I mean, doing a lot of puzzles. That's what I meant. Checking it out, like, yeah, check it out, that position. But solve a lot of tactics with interference.
Oh, we have another result, this time in the Ruth Herring.
Ooh. No. This...
Between
Megan Paragua and Irene, yes. So Megan has won her game, but her chances of, well, she will probably finish on top, that's for sure, because she was third. Getting into the round, she probably had the better tiebreak, and potentially. So she's most likely gonna finish second. Depends what happens in that Yan Riyang against Esther game.
Yeah. Looks like a pretty good victory overall. She got into an exchange sacrifice, but managed to convert it pretty well. Jan still seems to be doing well. Possibly on the cusp of victory, depending on how some queen c8 or queen a8 ideas are panning out here. Maybe queen a8 just to keep the pawn protect, or queen d5. That looks good too. Queen f5.
That looks nice. So. That looks nice.
Yeah, as you were saying, probably a good time for us to go on break. We're hitting the critical moments of these games, so go rest up, for a brief moment, and then we will be back.
Yeah, in around like 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. We'll be back with the final action.
Final action.
Can't wait to see you back. Stay close. And before we go on break, we're gonna let you know you're gonna see an ad for Cadence Chess Dogs, and we have an announcement that you might have seen in the other break, but you get the chance to play us on Thursday. So
yes, Thursday afternoon blitz.
Yes, you're gonna get the chance to play us. Yeah, let's go.
Chess Dogs, by all means, started out as a crazy idea. One that many people would only talk about. We've taken that crazy idea and turned it into a chess center. We have merchandise, tournaments, streaming, everything a chess player could want. So, whether you're a beginner or an expert player, go to our website, chessdogs.com, or join a stream at youtube.com/chessdogs.
Welcome back to the final round. Commentary of the invitationals. We've enjoyed our cookies for sure.
Yes.
Well, I have.
Yes. And some fruit. We got some fruit as well. Feeling pumped and ready as we get into the home stretch of these games.
And we're definitely really excited about the cookie. Are we excited more about the games or the cookies at this point?
At this point, it feels like cookies.
It feels like cookies.
This
We keep talking
this
about
has turned into a cookie stream. Chess
secondary
is
belief, but fruit. That's what they're calling cookies these days. No, we actually did get fruit, and I'll show proof. I will show proof of some kind of fruit here that we got here. I still have some. Kaden was faster than me. But I have tried another cookie from the Open Door Bakery, which once again, we are again thankful for
yes.
our director of events, Mr. Boyd Reed, for bringing these cookies to us earlier today. They've certainly kept us on our toes, and we just love I personally love the idea of this business because, as I told you guys before, it's a business that employs and empowers women, and 100% of the purchase does help offering a warm place for women to stay in their overnight shelter, which is really nice to hear. So, and the cookies are delicious.
They are.
They're really delicious.
Very
Again,
good.
Open Door Bakery if you're here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I didn't check their website online. I should have done it in the break, but I will, and we'll let you guys know if you can, order them from your place as well.
Yeah. Yes.
But without further ado, let us get into some interesting games. The final stretch here, last hour potentially, of this of these invitational tournaments here at the U.S. Open.
Yeah. This one because we we're glancing through the games during the break, just getting a better idea of what's going on and where we should go. This one caught my attention because these two players, Nicolas Menegadze and Mark Ginsburg, are the only other two people in the Irwin that could possibly tie for first, other than those on board one. And it looks like, go back to the beginning really quick, but it looks like things are going well for Managadze. Really quite fascinating because Mark Ginsburg had a similar pawn structure to this against Tim Taylor, another game that we saw, but maybe it wasn't as good for him as it was, or at least okay in that game. Here, Managadze has seemingly kept a decent handle on the position and just played this really strong d5 move, opening up the discovery against the bishop, where it looks like one of these two pawns is going to start creating some major problems for Ginsburg here. Now, the actual follow-up, maybe you start with, do you start with c takes b6?
I like that idea, but I think he can capture it.
Oh, the king.
Yeah, I'm just.
But just now realizing
No, what
that
about
this
D6?
is.
Let's just go D6.
Yeah, d6. I assume take is the big move to think about.
Mm-hmm. D7.
7.
Sorry. I don't think you have. He did not play. He played something different.
D takes e6.
Okay, that's another option for sure. He's planning on going e7, but
in some strange world, are you trapping black's rook here? take,
Yeah,
take,
maybe.
take, e7, rook f6. You have knight d7, threatening both pieces, and if bishop takes, take, queen, and you pick
Yes,
up
only
not only
one.
the one bishop but both. And if rook f5, g4.
Yeah, and you don't have rook f3. It's very hard to find a place for that rook. Welcome, Oregon Bird, a big red. Welcome back. We've seen you yesterday here. It is afternoon here in Michigan. It's 1:13 p.m. For those of you who think Michigan has two time zones, you might want to check that again because it is on Eastern time zone. I almost got tricked
Yeah.
first day I read. I thought it was on Central, but no, it's not on Central time.
Yeah,
It's
no,
on
it's
Eastern time.
I didn't feel like flying, like the actual flying. I had a quite a long layover when flying here, but the actual flying didn't seem to be that long, and I would have thought the same, that it was Central Time, because it just didn't seem like I was flying the usual East Coast where I'm
Right,
getting that
right.
Eastern Time. But no, we are in that Eastern Time zone 2 hours later from what I'm used to in Utah. So
Yeah, and yeah.
yep.
What are yes, yes.
Yes, and
We
that's
agree.
and
We
that's how you
agree. Yes.
explain that.
When you don't know what to say, just say yes, and yes will do it.
Yes.
Because remember, yes or never say no when you're
Oh,
on stream.
wait. I did not realize that when we first pulled up this position, Menegadze was already up a pawn.
Yeah.
So now with
No, no, but he wants to take in c5. His opponent wants to capture in c5. So he played b5 to take in c5. He didn't want to take and then have some c4. He's thinking it could work out, but it doesn't seem to work out as good as we thought it would. I'm noticing a few more results, by the way, in some of the games. Like Megan won her game against Irene. I don't know if I mentioned that. Nastasia Matush drew against Asha Kumar in the herring event, and that's about all the results you got so far. Um, I have a feeling that the end game will not be very easy for Young. If you wanna click on that first board and see what, I'm not sure the trade of the queens was the right approach um, for Yan. But why isn't she going like starting to march her pawns forward? B4, king B3.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure which order, but the king does not. I believe the king needs to support these pawns on the queen side and keep the b pawn, and black's king is cut off. So if you just create your boss pawn, you should be on your way to winning this
Yeah,
endgame.
we were discussing this a little bit during the break. Maybe we're not the best at taking breaks. Like
Yeah,
looking through
we
the
didn't
games,
actually take a
discussed a little
break.
bit.
That's
Uh,
yeah. We need
we just take breaks so it's not as weird when we're eating cookies and
yes.
fruits
We
and
don't want to eat on stream. This is an official stream. We might be doing that on our own channels, but we don't feel it's professional to eat on stream unless we did, that little snippet of joke. Um, hopefully you guys appreciated it. When I got temporarily fired from from supporting other, it was just a joke, by the way, yesterday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But other than that, we try to stay on the games as much as we can and
yeah, no,
bring you the action as we see it.
yeah,
But
I still think this is winning for Ring Yan, but
well, if she goes with the
just
king back, although she let her opponent's king on the
yeah, this just doesn't feel as clear as it was before.
Yeah, I don't think it's as clear anymore.
And I do agree. I think the thing about trading queens uh, is I don't think it's the worst decision, but I think you can do this anytime. Like Black's king is struggling for safety, and you have this queen d3. You're gonna have some sort of check, some sort of opportunity to offer the trade of queens at any time. So I think trying to get some trick or tactical shot with queen a8 and going after your opponent's king a little bit would have been better. Hey, if you can't quite find it or it doesn't quite work out, maybe then you trade queens. But going straight for the trade of queens,
No, but even that's fine. But just start pushing the pawns. Figure out what's the best way to push them forward. Maybe start with b4. That was my initial thought. King b3 and then a4. Figure out what you're doing with the push there. b5, a5, and then push the c pawn, and try to keep your rook on d2 to cover your weakness in g2. I think that would have been a way to go. I want to go really fast to the game between Jasmine Su and Yiding Lu. That's board 3 in the Barber. And what's important to note about this position is that Jasmine is on her way to win this game. And as she will win this game, she's going to catch up with the leader, Eric Zhao, who did take a break. We believe a little bit too, no, not a break, a draw, a break with a draw for the final round, and is now caught up by Jasmine, which
yeah, this is
we'll have to wait and see in the result on board 2 between Eric Feng and Hardaway Brewington, because Eric Feng is on 4.5, but going on to that other game, as we can clearly see, there's an exchange up
yeah, this is a rook takes
and 2 pawns,
f7
and
and queen f6. It's definitely it's definitely
mate is approaching for Jasmine, but here
oh
is Brewington going to be able to pull off a win? If he is, then it's going to be the three of them, Jasmine, Brewington, and Eric Zhao, who are going to tie for first.
so what's happening after rook c6?
I
'Cause
cannot take him in before
right,
myself.
because I was thinking Black or Brewington had the advantage with taking first, but knight d5 stops
Okay, but
that.
maybe just go king e5 in this position.
Take. Shouldn't this be a draw? Pretty easy draw. Rook b1. Ooh. I do not like that move. I
It's a little bit, seems a little bit too passive.
yeah, I'd almost rather be losing a pawn than play rook b1. Um I
Should we go for rook d2 and just keep them restricted over there? Just
yeah, you play rook d2, you bring your king in. Looks pretty dangerous.
yes, Shadows Sprite 54. Jasmine, if she wins the game and she's really close to winning, she does get a scholarship depending on what standings they are. Top 3 players get scholarships in the Rockefeller, Barber, Denker, and Herring. 2,000 for third place, 3,000 for second place, and 5,000 for the first place. And these are scholarship money, cannot be used for anything else. Scholarship to go to the university of their choice, and they have to make this decision by the age of 26. And on top of that, there are prizes that we guys mentioned earlier on stream, but if you joined us later, just wanted to remind everyone that the top 5 finishers in each scholastic event will receive cash prizes. So for the first place, it's $800, second place 500, third place 400, fourth place 300, and the fifth place $200. And each player that is tied for fifth place will receive $100 as well. So, and on top of that, what I loved about these tournaments, and we mentioned this earlier, is the upset prizes.
Yeah.
There are going to be gift certificates given to the U.S. Open Chess Store, and that's a part of USCFsales.com. It's the bookstore that we have on site at the Amway Grand Hotel here. It's in the lower level, so if you happen to be on location and you're trying to look for the store, it's not actually in the DeVos Convention Center, it's in the Amway Hotel, and we highly recommend going there and check out what they have yourselves if you're here, or check out the USCF sales.com to purchase anything of your liking. For the gift certificates that the players will get for the best game prize is $100. The biggest upset overall will get a $50 gift certificate, and the biggest upset in each round gets a $50 certificate, which is really cool. And we actually cannot wait to see. We weren't asked, like, I think last year we were asked to decide the best game. What was the best game, but we were not asked this year, so it's possible we will be asked a little bit later, but we were not asked to make that call on the best game. So it's gonna be interesting to find out which one that was.
Yeah.
At the moment, we are liking Brewington's position, I would say, right, Kaden?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That rook on B1 is just stuck there
Too
now.
passive. You know, I was taught this, and I know it doesn't apply every single time, but I was taught as a kid that it's better to take the active defense, to do the active defense, even if you happen to lose some material, one pawn or something. Just you know, go for the active defense rather than the passive one. The passive one just kind of seems that you're giving up a little bit. You're giving up hopes for you trying to win the game. And, you know, I personally don't recommend it. I know there are some coaches that suggest the passive defense as the right approach. My personal view is that in most situations that doesn't seem to be the right way, but maybe I just came across the perfect situations where the active defenses were the right approaches.
Yeah,
I don't think knight c2.
So I was actually thinking about this because at first I did like knight c2,
Yeah.
maybe a knight e1 maneuver, but yeah, bishop c4.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
he
he went
Brew.
immediately.
I think Brewington smells blood. He's given some opportunity, and he seems to be handling this really well. Seems in his zone. He's playing quickly. He's playing really good moves. I think it's still a little bit early, but right now I would predict that Brewington is going to win this game with how things are playing out. And with what you were saying, I mean, of course, every game it is tricky, but I do agree that generally speaking, it is better to have an active defense, even if you lose a little bit of material, than having a passive defense most of the time, just because yes, a passive defense you may be solid and maybe technically holding, but it is miserable. It is miserable to have to defend for a long portion of time. And if you do not have any sort of active play, your opponent quite often does find.
Party time for the last day. Let's do it. Wait, which one is it? How does it look? How do we look? Kanan is unhappy.
Oh.
You're just like, no, not that one. Not that one. What do you guys think? Last day. Wait, if we were allowed to actually put some music, this is the disco kind of thing that you wanted. Okay, all right, fine. I'll put the lights. Oh, this is so cute. It's like purple and blue. Okay, fine. I'll go back to white. Do we turn on the light? I'll let you.
I got this.
You got it. For those of you who've been on stream before, you might remember that sometimes light does turn off if there's no movement in this place, and there's no movement for a while. But that's definitely a very interesting position. I want to go back to it. We had a result in the game of Jason Wang. Jason Wang was the highest rated player in the Denker. Unfortunately, he's had a tough tournament here, but I just wanted to go over the blunder that Black made in this position. Unfortunately for him, and it could have been a miniature game, but Black did not resign that easily. But it's kind of the Catalan is tricky, is definitely very tricky, and you might think there's nothing tactical about it, it's just a positional opening, but it's not. I tell you from my own experiences in losing with the black pieces, and it seems that Black has allowed something very unpleasant here after playing rook c8 and trades. Black's king got really weak, and
Some tactical issues with b4, it appears.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the bishop might be trapped, right? Or the
Yeah,
knight
you also have
goes
knight
to b7.
e5, and knight d7,
Yeah, but
and
b5.
b5, and queen a3, and yeah. So a tactical mistake that led to some positional consequences, and Jason Wang played this very well. Really took advantage quite excellently. Ooh.
Oh, we have a
Goodness.
result also. Sorry. I just realized
Oh, yes.
Jesse Cry drew his game against Enrico Sevillano, which puts him first position at the moment, but he can be caught by Nicolas Managadze or Mark Ginsburg, depending on what happens on that game.
Ooh, which Managadze is definitely winning.
He seems like he's winning, but Managadze did lose against Jesse, so are we thinking that Jesse is the champion? I don't know how it works. I don't know how these tie breaks will work, but how did that game end in a draw? Like, was there
really just
any chance for Enrico? We thought Enrico kind of survived the opening craze in a way. He had a very tough position at some point, and
looks like possibly taking on d6 was actually a little bit of an inaccuracy for Jesse Cry. This endgame, well, it looked, yeah, like it had some small chances, never really amounted to anything, and the pieces got traded, and they agreed to a draw. So yes, would be nice to have maybe an update on what the tiebreak system is going to be. I would expect it to be the what is it, the modified median, or I think it's the modified median
I
is
can
what it's
check the
called.
website because I can check the website.
Oh, and we do have officially the result. Managatse does catch Jesse Cry at 5 points.
I know there's a tiebreak for the
Yes.
top two in the U.S. Open, but that's the only thing that I know. I do not know about the invitationals. If we have anyone.
Yes,
No
modified.
head-to-head tiebreaks. No head-to-head tiebreaks. Okay.
Yes, modified median is the first tie
tiebreak.
break. So, well,
good luck calculating. Oh my God, we have a result on board one in the Denker.
Oh, Gus?
No,
wait, no,
there's
that
a
can't be
mistake.
right. That can't be right.
The result is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was surprised. Unless you won on time. He
No,
couldn't have.
no,
Wrong
Arthur.
result. All right, so we have a champion then.
Arthur Guo.
Arthur Guo, 6 out of 6.
Yes,
That's
and he
amazing.
did. He played excellently. I'd say from
Besides one round.
yeah, from the only game it seemed like he was a little bit lucky was his fifth round, where we did feel a little bit for Max Liu. Max Liu
Yes.
played an excellent game and just in one moment blundered away the advantage into a losing position. But Arthur Guo still kept in that game and when the moment counted, found the tactic. So excellent result from him. Many congratulations to Arthur. Unless anyone pops in and tells us something
No,
did
no.
happen. No. This definitely is winning for Arthur. But
Yeah, I think the result is just posted wrong, but congratulations to Arthur. Great games yesterday. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit lucky. I think luck is a part of the game, and there was another time actually that he didn't play so well. It was the time that they had the names wrong, and we thought he lost, but he had played
we
really.
thought his opponent played really well.
Yeah, but he's played a great tournament, and yeah, we were excited to call you know the to look at his games.
Yeah.
Certainly played the best chess, and Arthur is the Danker champion. He's gonna win a $5,000 scholarship to the university of his choice. Arthur is 17 years old. He's from Georgia, and he's going to help his state. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
that's
Georgia was the second state fighting with New York. So
big. It's a big
it,
victory
it
for
would be a big victory. We're gonna have to wait and see the final standings, but that's definitely a big standing. And Arthur also gets the chance to qualify for the U.S. Junior Championships, which will take place next year, most likely in St. Louis. So it'll be great.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Going on, so we have confirmation
No,
that
Arthur was the
has
defending
won, and he was
champion.
the defending champion too. Very, very nice.
That's
For
a
Arthur.
very impressive level of consistency.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to get a little bit lucky, but I mean still, winning it twice in a row takes a excellent level of play and consistency. That is very difficult to manage.
It is indeed. And I wanted to go back now to the Eric Fang Brewington Hardaway game. Arthur was about to play in
Ooh.
the US Championship, but he lost the last round in the US Junior where he was better. That's true. That is true.
Ooh.
All right. So, okay, Ruyang has created her pass pawn. Her opponent has made a not a very wait.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you're looking at the different. Yeah, no, either. I was
Oh,
trying to keep up. I was trying to
either way,
keep
we're
up.
going to the next one. But we'll go to this. This is the one you have pulled up. Let's go to
I
this
have
one.
pulled up. I'm just trying to see the finals. I don't want us to miss the opportunity to call the names of the winners. We still don't know what's gonna happen in the Rockefeller. There's still a game there to be watched, so we still have the Rockefeller, the Herring. It's possible that Ruyang is going to win. And we're waiting on the tie breaks for the
For the Irwin.
Irwin and the Barber.
Yes.
And the Rockefeller too. That all those games are important. We stayed with the most important games here, and that is pretty nice to see.
Ooh,
Actually,
I really like this last move by Ruying. This rook b5 looks like the finishing blow. Rooks will have to be traded or more pawns will fall. And not just one pawn, but probably a few pawns if you avoid that rook trade.
Nice idea with bringing the rook to b5. Okay, after she wins one more pawn, that game is wait. If king e6 or something, we can just take an a4 or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take. Yeah.
So she is headed for the win.
And this Eric Brewington game, looks like Brewington is just
He won a
completely
pawn.
winning. Yeah, how this happen?
Yeah. So he did activate his rook. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. This knight c2,
Really, like we stopped around here and we're trying
rook
to
e4
catch
is
up with
good.
some of the other results, but okay, so now the f2 pawn fell and he has to keep his space, not to relax too soon. And can he cannot capture in g2 probably. Should he go rook f1? Yeah. Rook f1.
Yeah,
All
rook
right, king
f1.
d2 and then
Thinking here
g5.
g5. Yeah, protect this pawn. Next rook f2, rook takes g2, which will protect that pawn.
h4 is an option, but I don't think it's going to help white very much because you still can go rook f2, rook takes g2. And f3.
Ah. Okay,
Okay.
so wait, we have Arthur, that's a clear winner in the Danker.
Mm-hmm.
Barber, that's still a mystery.
It's still a mystery because Eric Zhao has taken a draw a little bit too soon, in our opinion. I mean, he had the black pieces, but he hasn't really, I feel that he could have tried to put up more fight. It could backfire for him, or maybe not. Jasmine Su has won her game and caught up with Eric at the moment, and we're waiting on the result between Eric Fang and Hardaway Brewington. If Eric Fang would win his game, he would actually be the champion, but it's very little chances for that happening right now, unless, Brewington blunders or loses on time. And if Brewington wins, they will all be tied. Eric Zhao, Hardaway Brewington, and Jasmine Su. The three of them
Yes.
tied for first place.
Yes. And not gonna try and guess it. Not gonna try and guess that one.
We're not gonna
We'll
we're
have to
not
wait.
gonna guess what's gonna happen.
Um,
We will wait for the tie breaks and we'll keep you guys updated. And to that, there's also in the Rockefeller, we still have a game going on that is important because we had a
ooh,
draw between Andrew Jing and Aiden Liu. We've seen that game. Aiden was trying to win. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. So Andrew Jing is right now in the lead with 5 points. Right. Let me just confirm my sayings.
yes.
No, sorry. Andrew Jing. I said it
Yeah.
correctly, right?
Yeah.
So Andrew is the one with 5 points, and John Abraham is trying to win his game or draw at least, like, so that he ties with him. We don't know what were the results. There's one more player that we don't know what they're doing. That's Harshin Reddy Jajirapu. We don't know what he was doing because he was also on 4 points.
Okay.
So if he won his game, he was playing down, he could catch up.
Okay, so still a toss up, but
Still a toss up in that
last
tournament.
time when we were looking at this position, we liked VJ's position, felt that he had more of the attack, but now it's not so clear. The VJ has an extra pawn, and it's John Abraham that is now attacking, or at least trying to. I like this G4 move, but
And go king h8.
yeah, just worried this was a little too slow.
Yeah, we're both kind of not sure about the evaluation, or maybe you are. I'm not sure about the evaluation because white is up a pawn, but black is there's opposite color bishops. White's king is kind of weak, so trying to attack there. You are weakening g4, and it's not gonna be so easy to move the queen from f3 because you allow f3 push. That could be unpleasant.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure of the evaluation, but from what we saw earlier, I think this is better. Like this is a game that could go either way, which I think is good for John needing that win to clinch the first place victory, having some decent chances. I think is great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I mean, with the opposite colored bishops, often it's whoever has the attack. If you're not in the end game, if you're in the middle game, whoever has the attack has the advantage. It's still not fully clear, maybe who's attacking who with now this rook g1, but I do feel black has maybe a little bit more pressure. So I don't know. I kind of like black's position.
I thought we lost internet. Sorry. I just make sure it's the last moments of the game and we don't want to lose internet.
Ouyang has officially won.
Ruyang is going to be the champion.
Yes, so
I think this might be the
congratulations.
second year in a row, third year in a row. Maybe 64 can let us know. I know he knows these things. So we have the two winners. Congratulations, Jan Ruyang. This is quite an impressive result. Qualifying again for the U.S. Junior Girls Championship and winning a $5,000 scholarship for college and $800 for first prize.
Yeah. And one of the most consistent players throughout the whole event. One draw, but I think her opponent defended
Really well.
excellently
Yeah.
to get that draw. So just some high quality play all throughout the event. I honestly can't think of a time that I would honestly say I felt she got lucky. Like I really think she just
Yeah, I think she played really well.
probably the
She's
most consistent player of the event. Dare I? I'm flashing back, but I feel somewhat confident in saying it. So big congratulations to her. It is a excellent play, excellent result. So we have the two clear winners, the Danker
Arthur Gore and
Ring Yan and the Ruth Herring. Uh, the Barber seems like the most
to
toss
be
up.
determined.
Irwin.
The Irwin, the Barber, and the Rockefeller are to be determined. I suggest to go to the Rockefeller.
Yeah, because the Rockefeller's the one
little
that
bit.
still has a chance to have a clear winner. The Irwin is done. We know who ties for first. The Barber, I guess technically
gonna be a
still
tie
has a
for
chance
three
if
if-
Eric, but this just
No, I
looks
think
good.
Burlington looks like he's two
I'll
pawns
pull I'll
up,
pull
and
this up. Yeah, this should be a
it's gonna be a three-way tie. But the question is, who's going to get the title? I don't know. We need to call in reinforcements. We'll send Laird to check out with Chris
Yeah,
Bird, who
the-
is the chief arbiter for the tournament, if you don't mind, Laird, and just ask him what are the tie breaks, if he can have them calculated for us,
I
so
don't-
that you know.
I
can
think
let people know.
unfortunately because if they're using the modified median, it does go off the results of your opponents, which we may still
Because-
have. They may still have some games going on.
Yeah,
but
of course, there's still
yes,
games going on, but we want to know. We're trying to find out
well,
the
likely-
standings to announce at least the top three. Before we'll go off. We're still here. We're not going anywhere for the moment. But before we go off, it would be nice to kind of extend our congratulations to the winners and just let everyone know at home where they stand before everyone else here finds out. So it's gonna be like yes, I knew Ruyang has won in 2022. I just wasn't sure if she won previous years too, but she did. She did win in 2022. So back-to-back wins in the harem. So right by now she has $10,000 in scholarships. And I think she also won some other tournaments, like I think the Susan Polgan Invitational. I believe she won that one as well. She was playing against Alice Lee, but I think she won on tiebreak. So she's collecting money. She might go to a good school. Well. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, these are 5 separate tournaments, guys. Once again, 5 separate tournaments. We've been talking about them for the past 3 days. Every single tournament is named after someone, personality in the U.S. chess, or someone who's beneficiary of the chess in the U.S. and yeah, the chess in the U.S. basically.
Yeah,
have had a contribution, either by playing or by simply supporting chess. So we have an elementary championship, which is the Rockefeller, a middle school championship, which is the Barber, the Denker, which is the high school championship, the Irwin, which is the seniors, and the Herring, which is the all girls. And in each one of these tournaments, there was a representative of most states. Most states have been represented here, so close to 50, but some states were missing some players, unfortunately.
yes.
And so we didn't have everyone here due to mostly travel issues. There was a storm around the time that the tournament started, but yes.
It does look like we
Brewington has won,
yes,
right?
the officially Brewington has won, so we have our 3-way tie in the Barber.
All right. You'd like to know the effects of tie breaks on standings? Please confirm. Laird is funny. We want to know the tie breaks and
roughly. I don't know, maybe
roughly what?
roughly who's gonna win? I don't know. Maybe that's a bit much.
Going to win in the Barber and Rockefeller, right? No, not Rockefeller.
Irwin. Maybe the Rockefeller, but this is the game. This is the game to watch. Do quickly glance. All right, we'll see.
We will let you guys know if we get any updates.
Max Liu looks like he's better.
All right, 5 games remaining in this final round of the Invitationals. For those of you who are at home watching and we have convinced you, if we have convinced you, you still have a chance to make it here. The 6-day schedule of the US Open starts tonight at 7 p.m. with the round 1 at 7 p.m. tonight. If you still need convincing, you can arrive here by Thursday and start playing in the 4-day schedule. It's gonna be a grueling schedule, but you can still join in, and we'd love to meet you. Let them know at the Chess Control we have convinced you. Who knows? Maybe
Lots
they'll.
Of people.
I don't know. Maybe we will get
even
some
if you're planning on coming anyways. Just when you show up and you check in, just mention our names. Just say, "Oh, they convinced us."
They convinced us.
We would appreciate it.
We would not have come, but they just did a pretty good job. They were actually really annoying, but we couldn't stand it. We only came because we just wanted to stop hearing them reminding us about this all the time.
Sometimes that works too.
Yeah. Would love to have you here, and of course, being in the commentator position, of course it's easy for us to make comments and say how much we enjoy the place, and you might not believe us because you think we have to say these things, but this time I really love the location. Like,
This
check out the weather if you don't
the-
believe me. The weather doesn't lie. Last year was a nice location. I liked it too. They had a pool outside. It was like one of these bigger ones, and they had some slides and stuff you can go to. But I just feel like this year the location is a little bit better. The weather is just better. California was really desert weather, like really desert. I only say desert and dessert the same way, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Desert, the one where there's sand.
cookie
That's
weather.
the one. Yeah.
Desert.
No. And do we get a discount if we mention your names? We do not know yet. Maybe. You
Maybe
can try. They may give you $5-10 off. I don't know. It would be nice if they did, but we didn't ask them, so we can't confirm that. You will play in the 4 date. That would be great. Stop by if you see us, or stop us and say hi. Not when we are rushing to get to the commentary room, but yeah. Last year was hot. It was hot indeed. But did we have any? Do we have any? Oh, I got a message. Oh, we cannot get an answer. We could not get an answer, so we did not know. Max Lu has won his game.
Oh, very nice.
It's a really nice final position if you want to just show that position as we're
with some mating ideas after f4. Ooh, yeah, those pawns are some winning the bishop ideas with e5 f5, or if you take some mating ideas with g5 take h takes. Very nice. Congrats. That likely means Max Lu will be top 2 or 3.
I don't think.
We've
No, I don't think he can be top 2. He won. Wait, Gus lost. Oh, yes, you're right. Wait. What happened to Vishnu?
He was playing Vishnu.
He was playing Vishnu.
So
yes.
clear second.
Clear second for
Wow.
Max Lu. Okay, that's not too bad. He's had a tough game yesterday, but still very good result. I think lost to the highest seed and second highest. And yeah, congratulations to Max.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Excellent play. Blunder yesterday, but I think you should be proud. Second place still gets a $3,000 scholarship to the university of their choice, and some of these kids are really approaching it. They're at that age. Maybe they have one more year to try to win the competition since they are 17. So they could play one more time before going on to college. So
no, it's an excellent performance. Of course, we're focused on the top boards and who we believe is going to win the tournaments, but should not be skipped over too quickly, because second and third in these events is still amazing. Still a really valuable scholarship, and money towards it, and performance and all that fun stuff.
yeah, so Arthur Guo has won that game. We were told it's just a wrong setup of the kings, which will mess up the lichess. And I personally have asked the chief arbiter yesterday to not make any changes if there are mistakes. Don't make any changes, because we don't want to have too much trouble with the DGTs not updating the moves anymore. So I think that's the reason why they're not making the changes, and I'm happy about that. But unfortunately for Gus, he has lost his game, and it's Arthur Guo that won the event. The only person who has scored 100% in this entire event, 6 out of 6, and he is the Denker champion.
Yes.
All right, so how do we feel about John's chances here? They gets a little bit slim with the pawn in g6. I'm not a huge fan of that pawn, Kaden.
Yeah, me neither. But
it's not easy for white to really come up with a way to get something going
Yeah,
for the
this
attack.
this bishop d2, I guess does open up the queen, but
Mm-hmm.
almost feels more like a waiting move where you're asking, okay, what are you gonna do? You have this pawn, but if you take, you know, you have to watch out for this file opening up, and that's what else do you do?
Well,
Okay, it
he took
is g
he
takes
took,
h7.
but wait a second.
Maybe.
No, what about rook e1 check? King g2, rook takes g4,
Oh, and
f3,
f3.
king 8. Well,
King
maybe g3.
g3. No, because wait, no, then you play king takes f3? Hold on.
That could be.
I mean,
You're
it
essentially
looks good.
mate.
I feel like worst case scenario, you have queen f4. It
Okay.
doesn't win the full rook, but you do win the
The
exchange.
exchange and
I don't know if this is winning, because that is a really annoying pawn. Okay, rook e1, king g2 was played. Oh, what about this? Oh,
can you
no,
go
this.
back a couple more moves? Is just to make sure everything is forcing. So it kind of we kind of expect rook takes g4, right? I mean, there's nothing, no other checks or nothing for black to kind of hold on to the position because rook g8 could be a thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So rook takes g4. Yes, was played, queen takes g4, and now f3, you have to do it because it's a check. King g3. Obviously not king h2. Why not king h2? Bishop f4, right?
Yeah, bishop f4.
Okay. So he has to go king g3, and now. So you said after queen e5, he would capture in f3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had some
Uh,
zigzag check.
yeah, no, I was thinking about like this queen d6 take queen f8 to
Yes,
cover, but then the king sneaks back to protect.
yeah. There's also potentially bishop f5, which I don't know what you mean. Oh, I guess you could just take the rook. Wait, so
This has been played.
this is all forcing both players are about a minute and a half left. We will go once this game is over or kind of clear. We will go to the other remaining games. Or we feel that this is an important game for the standings. If John Abraham wins his game, he's going to be the champion, the Barber champion, because he was on 4.5.
The Rockefeller
Oh,
champion.
sorry, I apologize. The Rockefeller champion. He's on 4.5 right now, and board one has drawn their game. But I don't see exactly how he can
He did go for queen
for queen
f4.
f4. Okay, so I don't know if there was something else.
Yeah, didn't not seeing anything else. It feels like there should be the only other thing I was kind of thinking is in this position, maybe you could keep playing with rook e5.
I mean, he always has queen g8, doesn't he? And he
Yeah.
just trades
So
off the queens, so you don't really have an easy alternative to get something. So they went into this. Okay, but now black can capture the pawn in f3. We can take in h5, and that pawn in h7.
actually, does taking this really benefit us? Like, would it be worth it to
To go
go
rook
rook
a1.
a1?
Oh, yeah, because well, white might try to go with the f pawn, but that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, something because you it's hard to protect the b pawn.
I I had my eye on another. I was about to say the other game, Ronald Burnett against James Altucher. I thought the game was interesting, but I White should be winning in that game. It's actually a cool end game we can show after, if you want to. Once we actually let's go to that game for a bit.
Hurry and catch the ending. Oh, Bishop G6 was played.
Yeah, but I don't think those pawns are important. Rook A1 just
No.
that pawn. If those pawns are lost, it's not like you can get the H pawn going to G7 anytime soon.
Right. Yeah, the king has to stay here anyways because of this H7 pawn, so the H pawn likely wouldn't benefit you. I like thinking here and I like the hesitation, but I would have thought try and protect these pawns. Unless you have some trick with no, because then D4
Yeah.
goes. Let's
So in this position, go back one move. So in two moves, Black just captured the pawn in C6, thinking, okay, I think he was already worse. He's giving himself some activity, but unfortunately for him, I think Rook takes E8. This king and pawn endgame is winning after king takes check, takes, and I think now we can go G5 just to make sure he's gonna go king back to D6 or D7. Then we can take, and when C5 is played, the king comes back into the box of that pawn. You can just throw that box, but sure. It's fine if you want to do that. And I love that idea. And then we just have two pawns that we're gonna create, and that is a nice finish.
yeah. Yeah. These little tactical tricks go a long way.
Oh, and those moves were played. They got to that position
King takes H3.
already. Okay, that's What other game would you like us to go to, Kaden? Is there a particular
Arian, look at this.
a list? Oh, Ronan against Narayan. Yes, someone has requested this game. Ronan has had a really good tournament.
Yeah.
Almost winning the past two games.
This,
But
actually, it should be an easy
win
because you're gonna lock down that rook at some point. And
Can't
then
we just check? Check him? Just go to C8 or where?
oh, you mean rook?
Yeah, I just want to check. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here it's it's
Oh, E6, E6. Oh, sorry, E6. Let's
yeah.
go.
Oh, and I like black could even. Hey, I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna let you skewer me.
Yeah.
Go back, kingy. I'm gonna threaten your bishop.
Yeah, E6 was played. No. What?
Rook takes A5 was played.
Come on, E6, Ronan. Come on. I'm
E6
disappointed.
E6
I'm
is
gonna
a
talk to
beautiful
him
move.
after this. I was
E6
just.
is a really this would have won it, but I think he has his eyes to set
No, I mean the rook
on
is
the
restricted.
on the victory. Bishop G7, use the king and rook to win this game. Definitely should be.
E6,
Ronan.
you can do it again. It's not as good. Go back to A6. Just go back to
Just
A6.
go back, just to...
Just go back.
Oh, but then bishop maybe lands on G6 to prevent the
Sad. I'm sad.
Our last game we haven't looked at. So I did sort of glance this at different times.
So black's gone for the.
Yeah, I thought this was good for Elizabeth, but I guess the king is a bit too exposed, and she had to sacrifice the bishop.
Well, you're looking that up. I'm just trying to figure out whether they posted any of the standings, but I feel like we'll be the last to know, which makes me very upset. We're gonna ask special. I think one of us can go and check it out. I really would love to let people know once the games are over what the standings are, because I think they just do it pretty fast probably. It might take a little bit of time to post them online, but
Yeah.
I would love to know who's the Irwin champion, because we got Jesse Cry with 5 points after a stellar start with 4 out of 4. He drew his last 2 games, and Nicolas Managadze, both of them with 5 points. So it's gonna be interesting to see which one of them is going to finish first. And then of course we want to know in the barber, because we got 3 people tying in the barber. We have Eric Zhao, Brewington Hardaway, and Jasmine Su. All 3 of them
Yeah.
tying with 5 points. And in the herring, we know the champion, Yan Riang, and in the danker, Arthur Gua, but we still need the Rockefeller champion, the Barber champion, and the Irwin. So, in the Rockefeller, I feel like we can find out potentially based on this game. Well, we might. Only if John wins, but it seems like he's on his way. He might be the champion.
Well,
No? You have some
I'm-
worries about the F1?
I do have just a little bit.
Why?
Maybe I shouldn't be.
No. I mean, maybe.
Okay, so how do we?
Now you're scaring me. I mean, black can never lose. Black can never lose. That's easy to say.
Well, if this pawn gets on f6 and you're not careful, bishop f5.
Well, I can
blocks
put
the
my rook in b6 and take it. That's what I mean. Like, I can just take the pawn.
Okay.
I can take it right now if I want to make a draw. But
If
I
you
do
wanna make-
not. I do not want to make a draw in this position. So,
No, I agree. It should be winning. I'm actually, now that
Yeah,
you
just
mentioned rook
push.
b6, I was thinking about this way, but I guess maybe here. Okay. See, all it would take is one more push,
yes.
and
then
suddenly
f7. And then it just white.
tell
is
me
win.
there's no way to win. Look at
I
this.
mean,
Look how scary this is. Scary. I'm scared. Rook b6 f5. Okay, rook b6. Wait. If you push,
f6. Is he planning on rook c6? Rook a6, rook a8?
I mentioned that, but I don't understand.
But rook a6,
I
maybe
don't
I have
understand
bishop
why you
e8.
don't go this way. Yeah, bishop
I have bishop e8.
e8 is a
Good move.
it's a real concern.
No, because I take an h7, right? King g7.
Oh, because the rook now would cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, king g7 and rook takes all the way across.
John Abraham is from Kentucky.
Nice. Good old Kentucky.
That
I like their fried chicken.
you do.
I do.
We need to talk some more healthy stuff on stream. Then next time we're gonna.
Yeah, we showed our fruit. I
Next
ate the
time we'll bring
fruit.
salads. We'll just eat salads on stream.
Yes,
Let me take another bite of this salad.
we do. Promise.
Some tomatoes. Oh, you don't like tomatoes? I forgot. I don't know
I
if you
don't.
like, but I saw you
No,
not ordering,
no.
so I assumed.
I'm not supposed to eat tomatoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the healthy reason or
No,
okay? You will tell me.
no, I
later.
like tomatoes, but I'm not supposed to eat tomatoes.
Okay, I need
Yeah.
an explanation for that later.
No, they just don't sit well with me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, I thought it was something. Did he actually run out of time? What? No. Who? Who ran out of time?
If it's a game on screen.
Wait, what did
no,
Ronan do?
hey,
Did Ronan win? Ronan won his game. He
Ronan
didn't
did
go
win.
for my a6, which is disappointing. He did eventually play e6. Okay, he did. He did. He checked him and then went a6. Fine. He did.
did.
Okay, Ronan. you are approved. You've been approved. Ooh, wait, what about the other game? That girl, Joalan Thiram, remember her? She played a really good tournament. She unfortunately lost yesterday against Yan.
Yeah.
But she's played a good tournament, and it looks like she's on her path to win her game. She has a checkmate coming up. Okay, what is going on? Okay. Now we're thinking bishop b5, but that's a little bit too slow. Let's go a pawn.
Yeah, because you throw in rook f8 first, right?
People say it's useful to insert h6. Sure, you can play h6. It's not gonna do that much, I think.
No, because king g7.
Okay,
now.
but
I like that, threatening to take.
h6. We take.
Oh, yeah, take. The problem is it's a tempo game, right? Like if you played h6 earlier, then like say we
Yeah,
played it
but
here,
the a pawn
then
was
the
gonna
a
push.
pawn's faster. And you don't,
Anyways, rook f8
it's
is
not
an
like
option.
king g7's the only move. You do
Right.
have rook f8, so
And Joalan Thiram did win her game in the herring, which puts her on 5 points, same as Megan Paragua. So the two of them are gonna share second and third places, getting some scholarship, part of a scholarship for school, college. All right, last game. Last game of this invitationals happens to be in the Rockefeller.
yeah, I actually
Who
don't.
knew the youngest were gonna be the ones
most
fighting it till
fighting.
the end and not playing fast?
Yeah.
This is something else that's important because oftentimes you see young kids playing fast. I mean, we've seen the other board between Andrew Jing and Aiden Liu, right? Andrew's playing really fast. He still had over an hour on the clock when the game was over, but you think that
No, I'm just uh, playing out the chat variation.
I didn't see there was that. I was just very excited to let people know about this tournament and seeing how the last players are the ones that are the youngest. This is quite.
H6 may have actually led to a draw here. But I think with what's happening in
But
the
there's still a
game,
B pawn.
it looks like, yeah, but I'll sacrifice the this pawn instead of king e7. Probably king should have gone that way and win the pawn, and should be a draw. Here,
Can black just play rook c8?
bishop.
Oh. I almost blundered the kid's game. Like really badly.
Yeah, yeah, because
Oh, so
your
there's still
king
some
can't.
chances. Wait, where's the king? What is the current position? Oh my god, did that
Wait,
actually
what?
happen?
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, he promotes with check. Wait, no. Wait, is he losing? He's losing. Did this actually happen? He might have thought he has a2.
No, this couldn't have happened because this would have allowed h8 queen. A king. It's possible he played king g6 here. King. Oh, this would actually have been quite clever if he did this, because now bishop g8, you push. If you queen, you get skewered, so you have to take, and then king takes.
Yeah, I have the feeling this is what happened, but I don't know if you're gonna get an update. It shows a draw. Laird, we need you to go check this result. We need you to go confirm the result. We don't know what happened. Board 2 in the Rockefeller, Vijay against John Abraham. We need a screenshot of the game, please. I just I don't know what is happening. I thought black was winning, but I guess it wasn't as easy, clearly. But how did they draw? Because the final position is 1 for white, and you know, before that he could have promoted, as you said. So we need to get the do you want to go? Should I go get the screenshot?
It's probably best that like
I go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that okay, Kaden? Are you gonna survive?
Yeah, I'll try.
You'll try to survive. All right. I'm gonna go try to figure out what happened in that game, and hopefully I can bring you guys some news about what is happening while I'm eating my cookie.
Yeah, we do have the computer. So let's see. H6 would have held. Bishop d3 was just a blunder, which does make sense because you really want this bishop. If you're gonna move it back, probably on b1. But yeah, rook f8 was the move instead of king g7. Topsy-turvy game. Really fascinating part is the computer is actually saying back here that king takes f3 was the move. Take on f3 first, then take on f4, so you still pick up this pawn, but you leave the king in a more active position, which makes a lot of sense. That would have been a brilliant combo. We're not we're not fully sure what happened. The result appears as a draw, but the last, well, supposedly the last few moves were a few blunders back and forth, and this king f8, you definitely have to imagine was not played, because, I mean, that would just allow the queen. So I wonder if maybe rook h8 would have been played instead, and it was something like, no, because that would lose. I can't. I can't even. I can't even imagine what happened with the DGT here. Because with the moves that popped up, they don't make sense unless they agree to a draw earlier, and then we're just analyzing a bit or setting pieces back up.
I mean, is there precedent for deciding on a draw, but then like playing a few more moves just to see?
Yeah, quite often if people play a draw, they then like share ideas of like what they were thinking and stuff, and sometimes start moving on the board. Yeah.
This far ahead. Hmm.
Well, it's if they move the pieces back and then, we're playing out different lines, it just shows up differently.
Hmm.
Well, hopefully we get official confirmation, but this would mean another tie in one of the sections. The Rockefeller would be tied with Andrew Jing, John Abraham, and possibly we had another player on 4 points whose game was not being broadcast that possibly did win and is also tied. So just as a reminder for those that may still be joining, in the Danker we have our clear winner Arthur Guo, and in the Ruth Herring we have a clear winner Ru Yang Yan. But sorry, what?
We have a confirmation on the game. They agreed on a draw at King D4.
They agreed on a draw at King D4. What? So yeah, they agreed on a draw and probably played some moves, or when they were setting up, a few games got picked, or a few moves got picked up. What happened in the third board in the Rockefeller, we don't know.
Should I ask Sabine to get that as well?
Yeah, you can.
Or for Rockefeller?
Board 3. This was the last game, right? Yes. Looks like it. So now we just have some tie breaks. I'm guessing that Sabina, and why she's not back yet, is trying to find out some of those tiebreak results. We're still waiting to find out the official winner of the Irwin, the seniors tournament, the Barber, and the Rockefeller. Tiebreaks. Tiebreaks are always an adventurous thing. I think they're relatively good. The tiebreaks they have now generally get the person that played the harder competition, but it's you know still when you don't have a tiebreak, it's very nerve-wracking. My only real experience with tiebreaks was playing in the World Youth Chess Championships, and I thought it was going to be a big mess, but it ended up being the first tiebreak was head-to-head result. So in that tournament, I was tied and I'd beaten my opponent. So because that was the first tiebreak, I ended up winning. And I actually had no idea that was the first tiebreak. Sabina, welcome back.
Thanks. The only thing I was able to get to you was, I don't know if you saw the picture, but they agreed on a draw in the position on move 52 after king d4.
Yeah.
They agreed on a draw in that position, and then they started analyzing on the board, and that's the reason why we see that the extra moves, and it just looked like he was gonna lose. The chief arbiter was working on the standings. I had a peek, but I don't know. He said he has to verify it and make sure. So I'm not gonna make that announcement of the thing that I saw, because I'm not sure whether it's confirmed. But he did tell me he posted the barber, but I don't know if it's online, and I don't know. He said it's outside, but I came outside and I didn't see it. So I can still go, or maybe Laird can go and check on the other side. I don't know where they were posting these things.
Barber?
Yes. He said he posted that, but I couldn't see it anywhere. So it might be on the other side. So, but I came here. I couldn't.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I feel bad. I just went all the way there, but he was really busy, and I didn't want to. Because, those things are important. You don't want to make a mistake. And the only thing that I saw was I was able to take a picture of the PGN, and
Yeah.
they agreed on a draw here, which is
Yeah, which I do understand, but I may eat at John Abraham a little bit because he was possibly winning in that final position. A very difficult, very almost study-like from the line I'm playing out, but here King F6, you go after the H pawn and you manage to hold on to that B pawn. This requires a lot of precise moves, precise timing. Even throwing in like this check, queen, rook a8 to force the king. So bishop takes b7, runs into rook b8. So a bit of a crazy chance, but yeah, king d4. They did agree on a draw here, and now
we have to
we
wait a
we
little
we
bit.
hopefully get tie breaks, but yeah, it is one of those that we have all the games being broadcast that are done, but there could still be maybe a game or two in some of the other sections that would affect tie breaks going on. Sounds like the barber is all done, but not sure
Yeah,
on the Irwin or
the barber, I
Rockefeller.
understand the barber was posted. That's what I was told. I just came from this side or not posted on this side. I must have been posted on the other side, and I came through the wrong exit because it told me I was not allowed to be there. So, anyways. Okay, so looks like John Abraham has won the Rockefeller.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, but
Wins on tie breaks? That's not an official
it's not an
announcement. It's not an
official
official
one, not
announcement. It's like
official. And
what's the other word when something's like not official but subject to change? That's
yeah,
probably not the best way.
yeah. So
Congratulations. It's subject to change, but congratulations.
it might be, verifying things, and I don't want to interfere with that. There were too many arbiters over there, subject to confirmation and everything,
Yeah,
of course.
subject to confirmation. That's a
But
better way to.
what a tournament this has been, Kaden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really great calling the shots with you, and we are not done. We'll be back with commentary for the final 3 rounds of the US Open.
Yes.
Once all of the events will be merged, the 9-day, the 6-day, and the 4-day will be live. Sorry.
We're
Got distracted.
Getting updates.
Oh, all right. So if this has been confirmed, then it seems that Eric Zhao has won the Barber. Second was Brington Hardaway, and third, Jasmine Su. Very impressive results for everyone. Jasmine is only 12 years old. Both Eric and Brington are 14, and okay.
Yeah. Which either way, big congratulations to all these players. Whether they win on tiebreaks or lose the tiebreaks, it's still a huge deal. They are still going to get a scholarship, some scholarship money of their own. So big congratulations. Currently, it appears, from what we're being told, that Eric Zhao is on tiebreaks the winner, and John Abraham is the winner of the Rockefeller. Eric Zhao in the Barber.
Yes, and John Abraham.
The Irwin is not posted yet.
All right, stay there, Laird. Don't come back until you give us the result. It's gonna be really exciting to see which one of those two players has won the. Oh, you asked. Okay, I was like, why is he asking me when it will be posted? Okay. It's been wow. Yeah, have you guys enjoyed this commentary? Let us know if you have any thoughts about what we can do to improve. We'll take it under consideration. We don't promise we'll consider it, but we don't promise we'll change, but we'll consider improving. Okay, so the result between Gus Houston and Arthur Gould has been updated, which brought the champion in Arthur Gould with 6 out of 6. And we are going to be back on Thursday for sure on this channel. We're going to play on lichess, take on challenges. I have no idea. We haven't discussed exactly how that's gonna go, but
no, it's been kind of like they told us we could take Wednesday and Thursday as a break, and we would just be back Friday.
They bragged us. They bribed us with
they've been
cookies.
so nice, and just want to give a little bit more for you guys as well. So yes, Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We hope you get online. You give us some challenges and maybe a few things to still figure out, but it will happen Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes, and then we will be back with the final 3 rounds of the US Open. As I mentioned, today we're gonna see potentially new names. I believe yesterday, as we rated the famous Penguin GM, who's Andrew Tang, he mentioned that he's gonna come play in the 6-day schedule. So
Yes.
we're gonna see at least a GM trying his chance to win the competition and bring home $8,000 first prize, as well as a qualification spot to the US Championship. Right now we have Jason Liang as the top player in the traditional, so in the 9-day schedule. Josh Postuma, who's from Michigan. Did you know that? You probably did.
I knew
Kostya
that as of a
Kavutsky.
few seconds ago.
Kostya Kavutsky, Dmitry Gurevich, Homa Seth. You can show that while we're rating if you wanted to. I don't know what you did. Did you switch
no,
to just us talking?
No,
Sabina's becoming very bossy now. Like, I'm just kidding.
I'm just here for the ride.
No. I was thinking maybe you can go and show the standings for the US Open traditional section. Maybe people can kind of have an idea as to who is playing in that tournament. At the moment, in the 9-day section, there are 154 players. That's quite a large number of people that have
for
chosen.
a traditional schedule, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because I sort of expect the traditional to be the least played schedule. It's great. We love it. We love being able to play one game a day because
Yes.
it's tiring. But that's a lot of days away, hotel, food, all that. So 150 is great, and we expect a lot more for the 6-day and 4-day.
Yes, we certainly do, and we don't know how many, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I do like playing one round a day, and I feel that a lot of these people, if they have a job, maybe many of them do have a job, probably they can somehow work from home and or home away from home online and just kind of work during the day and play at night if they play the traditional, because rounds do start in the evening at 7 p.m. So they would have basically the ability to work if they wanted to, though it would be kind of difficult, I would say. I'm not gonna deny. I saw a very famous streamer who's playing in the event, and that is Kostya Kavutsky. Kostya is one of the 3 dojo founders of the Dojo 2.0. I don't know how to call it, program.
That sounds good.
Together
good,
with Jesse Craig, which we're still trying to figure out whether he's the champion or not in the Irwin.
So for chat, we have not fully confirmed, but tentatively we're being told that John Abraham is the winner of the Rockefeller on tie breaks.
Yes. And Eric Zhao in the barber.
Yes.
Yan Ruyang and Arthur Go are the champions. Clear winners in the Herring and Denker, respectively.
Yes, and the one we have nothing for is the Irwin, where Jesse Cry and Nicolas Menegadze are tied for first.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're still waiting. We're trying. Send us your questions. Let us know. What do you think? Who was your favorite in this tournament? Did they win? Do you have questions for either myself or Kate? And how do you think we've done? Let us know your favorite type of cookie.
Yeah, that's
Healthy.
that's a good one.
Have you ever been in Michigan? Is there a particular place we could visit tomorrow? Because we're off. Tomorrow we're off. We're definitely off. No
Nothing,
they might change
Wednesday.
their minds. They might ask us to do something. No. We don't know for sure. I guess we'll find out, but it won't be bad. It won't be too bad. I have some time. But Keaton, once his time off, to enjoy these remaining cookies. Once again, I want to say, these cookies, okay, maybe now I can show it without actually. Can you bring in the camera so I actually see how it looks like? If people can actually see it. Can they? Yeah.
Here,
This is
I'll
how
get
they
the
look.
I'll get the bigger
Full
view.
screen. This is. Let's hope I have a feeling I will spill it. Anyways, those were the cookies, remaining cookies, which we will take home gladly. We are really thankful to Mr. Boyd Reed, the tournament, no, not tournament director,
The director of events for
the
USCF.
director of events of US Chess, who's brought us these cookies. And I have an exciting news. You can actually order these cookies online yourself
You
or
did?
home wherever you live in the US. It's called Open Door Bakery, and it's part of the Dégagé Ministries. And this is their statement. They employ and empower a team of passionate bakers whose lives have been transformed by this very own specific open door bakery. And 100% of the purchase offers hope and a warm place to stay for women in their overnight shelter. I think it's a really wonderful idea, sharing something sweet and making something good for people and women, particularly with what?
Oh, just the comment. Cookies
it's-
only for U.S. residents. This is
As
very
I,
upsetting.
I'm not sure if it's just for US residents. I didn't check to see if you could share it outside of the country. Did we get an answer?
No, we were sent the Ruth Herring has been posted.
Yeah, but we knew about
we
that
already
one.
Knew.
We already
Yeah.
knew about that one.
I mean, of course we care, but right now it is not the priority. The priority that we are waiting for is the Irwin.
Yeah, but we care about the cookies very much. Okay? Go to this place. I made it. I made it. This is such a wonderful idea. Like, you know me and supporting. I mean, you don't know, but now you know because I spoke so much of every single business that
Very good.
I've dealt with that have been very kind, and I feel that they're having a good mission statement, and this bakery has just that. And what a wonderful, and they have pictures, and this is so delicious. I tried 2 of them. Actually, ate 2 cookies, which is bad. I won't be eating anything for the next.
Yeah, have to
year.
skip lunch. And cookies were
Lunch and dinner, and probably breakfast tomorrow.
Ruined the appetite.
We still have some fruit, but who cares about the fruit when you got the cookies? Now I understand why you love cookies so much. But I mean, these don't compare to any other cookie I've ever eaten. These are the best.
The best.
And I've tried. I think that's why I didn't like it, because the only cookies that I really loved were the ones that I knew the person who was baking it, and it's just typically someone. There was a grandma to one of my friends. Because in Romania we don't really make these kind of cookies, so this is something that I learned in the US when I came here. And then I've tried very good cookies. And now I know, after trying this, there's nothing better to me. That this is the best ones. Open Door Bakery, check it out. It's okay. I don't think they will fly cookies over the Atlantic for you. Well, they might. What's wrong? What's wrong with a cookie over the Atlantic? I mean, it could fly.
It's a bit long.
It's a bit long. It might.
To pack.
Yeah, it's not hard to pack. It just might be stale by the time it gets. Yeah, I don't know how much ice they would have to pack with it. Yeah, maybe it might be tough. But grandmas do bake the best things. I agree. Moms too. My mom was a good cook. Still no news. Still no news. I keep refreshing everything, trying everything, but I think we need to get the verification first, make sure everything is in order. What else do you guys want to know about this tournament, about the invitationals?
Was one question next year the US Open is in Virginia? Is that correct?
I have it here. And 2024 is gonna be in Waterside Drive, Norfolk, Virginia, and in 2025 is going to be in Middleton, Wisconsin.
So yes, yes.
Virginia might be a little bit warm this time of year, but you know, after being here.
This is good. This is
No, I
good.
just love this. I just
No,
love
it
this.
is. It is.
It's a
It
nice
is.
state.
It's
It's
nice state. It's kind of peaceful. The weather has been perfect.
mm-hmm,
Like I do tend to prefer it a bit colder.
mm-hmm. Same.
But the rooms have been great for that. I get my room cold
Oh,
when I go
64.
outside.
Mine is
It's a
a
little bit warm.
64, you know, just
Ah, yeah,
the right temperature. It doesn't get that cold though. It's not like I feel like 64 could get colder, but it doesn't get that.
yeah. No, it's not
Yeah.
not too bad, and it's been very nice weather. So I'm sure next year is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
it
sure
will
it's
be.
gonna.
But why wait for a year when you can
When you
just come here? Like,
still got time.
well, why would you tell people that? It's just, have them come, have
We
them join us, and have a good time here in Michigan.
we do have a question.
We do have a question. If we enjoyed commentating, I really enjoyed doing commentary with you, Kaden.
I feel the same. It's been. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of commentating, so going from like not doing a whole lot of commentating to on some occasions like 10 hours a day, it has been fantastic.
Did
It's
we
a lot
do
of
10
hours.
hours a day here,
I
or
don't know if
on
we
your
fully
stream?
hit 10, but we were, I mean,
They
as
usually
far
like
as setup and
yeah.
everything, we were pretty
Let's
close.
just say like 11:30 till like 4:30, so that's like 5 hours, and then yeah, in the evening 7 till close to midnight. So yeah, like
Yeah.
10 hours
It's
with
pretty
everything
pretty long
together.
comment. It's been
It's pretty long.
it's
It
been a
was
pretty
fun.
enjoyable. And
Definitely fun. And I've done commentary in the past with Gauri, and I have to say I do miss doing commentary with him too. Now that I really enjoyed.
yeah,
I just I'm sure there are some people here who are fans of Gauri, and Gauri's streaming a lot. If
he's
if
fantastic.
he's streaming, be sure to follow him if you haven't done so yet. I'm it feels bad sometimes because I don't want to take any sides. I don't want to say
Oh no
I
no
like
no!
someone more than someone else,
Gary
but
is a very fun, lovable guy. He is
yeah,
a lot of fun to watch.
yeah. So I hope I will do commentary with him as well, but with you too. I would love to be back. I will be back on Friday and Thursday. We will be back. We're not leaving yet, but um there were no cookies for Gauri at the time, but he got coffee though. He got really good. He always got the good kind of coffee, and he still owes me a lunch, like a good kind of
Oh,
lunch.
oh, dun dun dun.
He
Gary, I
forgot
think
about it, but it's fine. It's fine. I didn't know it was his birthday one time, and I messaged him, and I asked him if he wanted to do commentary with me for Lichess for some event online, and on stream I found out there was his birthday. We were talking. He's like, "It's my birthday today." I'm like, "What?" Well, at least I gave him a present to have him do commentary. He was paid for that, so at least I
yeah.
felt like. But I did not know that it was his birthday. He didn't know mine either, so it was fine. It was fine. I forgave him for that.
No,
But
no, commentary has been very enjoyable. Are either of us itching to play?
I was actually thinking to, for those of you who want to know, the one that I was thinking to potentially play in, I'll let you know which one. Not the quad, because I don't know whom I'm getting. If I'm getting a lot of kids, definitely not playing that one. But
Yeah,
I
gotta watch out for
thought,
those kids.
there was this like 15-minute tournament. I forgot when it was. Maybe I've opened the wrong schedule. Maybe this is the right one. Do you see a 15-minute? I mean, it's kind of far for you, but they have a maybe Friday, or let's just National G15 Championship
Yeah,
is
tomorrow.
on Wednesday, tomorrow, from noon to 5.
Okay.
And I thought there was a blitz, but I could be wrong. I don't know if it says blitz. National Open Blitz Championship, Saturday, August 5th.
Okay.
That might be something I'm interested in potentially to play in.
Yeah.
Okay, even if I won't play, Caden's eyes were glowing when I said that. He's like, ooh, really?
Thinking about it.
I feel like I might go back and play in that. So those are the two tournaments that seemed appealing to me. 15 minutes is still kind of long. I prefer Blitz, so I might consider playing in the Blitz Championship because, you know, we wouldn't start working until 7 p.m., so we would have time to get a little bit of chess in, but I haven't decided that, and we'll see what other things we can do. I would love to. Okay, we got a text message.
Dinker.
Come on, Laird. We already know this. You're not giving us the right standings. All right, but let's tell everyone that the other prizes. So, Arthur Guo finished first. We knew that. 6 out of 6. Impressive results. 17-year-old from Georgia, Max Lu, finished in second with 5 points. He wins a $3,000 scholarship for the university of his choice and $500 cash. Gus Houston finishes in third with $2,000 scholarship fund for university and $300. Sharvesh Devi Prasad, $300, no scholarship unfortunately for him. And Terry Luo, $300 and $500 Ursula Fisher, because he's like under 16, I think. That was the extra price. And we're going to enjoy Party by... No, that's not the one.
It's not the one?
No, you have to... It's this one.
Oh, you have to turn it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
the fancy one. What else did... In the herring tournament, Yan Ruyang has won the $5,000 scholarship, $800. On second and third place were Jualarthi Ram and Megan Paragua. Both of them win $450, but Jualanthi is the one who wins $3,000 scholarship, the $500 Ursula Foster scholarship, and Megan only $2,000 and for scholarship and the $450. While on fourth and fifth place we have Esther Zhu and Chance, I think it's her name. I hope I pronounced it correctly, and Gwen. Okay. We are gonna... You like those colors? No, I like the purple. Where's the purple?
Well,
Oh,
I don't like the flashing.
No flashing.
No
Red.
flashing.
No, this is a nice one. Blue and purple and pink.
Yeah, but it switches over time. Oh no, not that one.
Huh?
I was thinking
This
of a
is
different
blue.
one.
This is green. This is red. Red is actually not bad. It's like disco. Someone would come in and is like, what are you guys doing in the dark?
We're waiting for tie
standings.
breaks. We're waiting for standings.
You gotta appreciate our determination of staying here until they decide the standings. I think we can probably wrap up, but
Yeah,
we can
don't-
probably wrap up.
and I don't know. I'm not sure why, but it does seem like the Irwin, the last tournament we were waiting on,
Is the last one.
Still figuring out a few things.
Which
so.
one is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Jesse? It's not that bad, the lighting. The lightning. Oh, I like the lights. Lights are gone. We can put some music maybe. Like music time. But no, what was the Rockefeller result? All right, the champion in the Rockefeller was John Abraham.
has not been officially confirmed though.
It
Or
was posted. He
was it
sent us.
posted? Was Rockefeller posted?
Denker, Herring, Barber. Well, I saw it. I saw it when I was there.
Oh,
remember?
okay. You did.
But I don't know if Chris has made any changes. All I saw is that John Abraham was first.
Okay.
And so for the Rockefeller, John Abraham, Eric Zhao for the Barber, Yan Riang for the Herring, and Arthur Goa for the Denker. And we're still waiting for the Arwin. I am
May or may
I'm
not.
without words. I don't have words left to say. I think that's the toughest one. Maybe they're equal at everything. They're gonna have them play. That would be fun.
That would be impressive.
No, they're not gonna play anything. They must have some. So if we look at the standings again, I mean they were pretty close to each other. I mean,
I expect
Jesse
that
to
Jesse
win, right?
to win.
I expect Jesse to win as well
'Cause
because he was leading, right?
Yeah, he had better tie breaks going into it. Or should have had better tie breaks going into this final round. But you know, with how the tie breaks work, who knows? Maybe a lot of Jesse's opponents lost and Managadze's opponents won, and it
Yeah.
just completely flipped.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything.
we can technically just. Oh no, we cannot really check that because we don't.
We
Have
don't know.
the result,
Yeah, a lot of results that
Yeah.
we don't know.
And did you guys know that in the Irwin we had Robert James Fisher? I don't know if his James is J. Robert J. Fisher, but he's known. He's not. I've seen him playing in many tournaments. I don't know if he's related. Probably not related to Bobby Fischer. I see a lot of nice names. I love how in the Rockefeller only the Alaska player was not here from Alaska.
Ah, you're close.
Yeah, that's the only one that was missing, Alaska. In the Barber, we had someone from Alaska, but we didn't have Delaware. We didn't have SD, South Dakota, and West Virginia.
Rockefeller.
Okay. I'm gonna continue supporting people now as we're waiting.
Go through all the.
All right, someone
USDF.
clip these and make sure that they get posted eventually, so that we don't have to say them again and again. Like they will. They just whenever I want to say it, it's just gonna show up, Sabina. If you are interested to play in a rated tournament and you don't know how to do that in the US, or if you want to connect with other chess lovers, all you have to do is become a US Chess member. US Chess has reached 100,000 members not long ago, and it would be awesome to get to 1 million. I mean, I know I'm looking big here, but 320 million. No, million? It's more than that.
Sorry, I was reading.
Billion?
I was reading something else.
Oh, so how many? What is the population of the US?
320.
Is that 19?
See, it's more than that.
I'm gonna Google it.
Like a 31.
Okay,
like
331 million people in US based on census of 2021. So it could be more or it could be less. But anyways, so many people and only 100,000 play chess. I don't believe that's.
Oh,
I
there's
don't
got to
believe-
be more chess players.
There's
out
got to
there.
be more chess players out there.
You know it. We know it.
We know it. All you have to do is go on uschess.org/join and sign up to be a member of US Chess. With your membership, you're also going to get a subscription to Chess Life magazine that you can read as an actual, printed paper, or you can read it online if you want to save paper. There's gonna be a lot of very interesting articles written by strong US chess players, by personalities, even by amateur chess players. There are a few articles that promote chess, and both Kaden and myself have written articles for them. I'm gonna have one published most likely in September, so it's gonna be great. Um, to have the access to that, it would be wonderful. Did we finally get it?
Oh,
All right, I'll let you make the announcement.
okay. Ooh. And our winner in the Irwin by 0.5 and on tiebreaks.
No,
0.5 better tiebreak.
Wow.
Barely.
Barely. The
Is
champion is
Jesse Cry. We suspected it.
Congratulations.
It is official.
It is official. Now we know Jesse is the winner. Followed by Nicolas Managadze. Both of them actually shared the first place. They were nice to share their prizes. $2,000 each. That's a lot of.
That's not bad.
That's great. That's a great
Not bad at all.
amount. Third place, Grandmaster the Fed, John Fedorovich. That is sharing third place with Enrico Sevillano and Ronald Burnett. They all get $633.33, and someone else gets that extra cent. I always love to say that because I think it's funny. It's gonna and then the Irwin Award of $500 goes to Javier Antonio Torres, and now we're gonna send Laird back because he didn't look at the team standings. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry, Laird. Thank you so much. No. We were just kidding.
We've
We're
already
literally just-
had enough good sports that have stayed with us this long.
Yes.
The team standings will probably take a bit longer to figure out, but congratulations
to all the winners.
All the winners. It was a wonderful, well, all of them were wonderful events to do commentary on and some exciting games to follow. So it's been an absolute pleasure to do so. To do so with you, Sabina, it has been a wonderful and a good time commentating. And we will be back Thursday.
Yes, it
12 p.m.
seems like we love this so much that we don't want to leave. We keep
I
delaying.
I don't know if we still got people
We still got
watching,
people.
so
Nobody's saying anything. But again, Arthur Gur, Jan Young, Eric Zhao, John Abraham, and Jesse Cry, congratulations for winning your respective invitational tournaments. We don't know yet about the team standings. We'll find out about that. We'll let you know on Thursday. They will be posted on US Chess social media accounts as well as uschess.org/news. Be sure to follow us here on Twitch to stay notified when we go live next. We have made the announcement. It's going to be Thursday at 12 p.m. But who knows? There might be some surprise, unexpected logins from this account. So you don't want to miss it. We do appreciate you being here. And as always, a pleasure, Kaden. And we'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day.